Hello everybody, I'm up to the West Ham Way YouTube channel. You already know who I am. Regular dance partners include Angus and Dennis. We are of course watching the Chelsea versus West Ham United game. Let's get on with the West Ham lineup. There's been so much talk on our personal chats and the group chats. Let's just crack on with it. I've gone for a 4-3-3. I guarantee you it won't be. This is just purely how West Ham have written it. It's probably looking at a bit more of a 4-5-1. Pick the bones of that, lads. Noble comes in for Benrahma and Balbuena in for Diop. Thoughts on those changes?
Could be 5-5. Could be 5-4-1 with Rice slotting in at centre back.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, where he's not used to playing, and we hope he has a bad game just because we're playing Chelsea.
Well, look, I mean, what are your thoughts on initially on the Noble coming into the side for Benrahma? It obviously offers a lack of pace. I'm never going to go against Noble. He's of course Mr. West Ham, but I am a little bit nervous of him playing against that Chelsea midfield.
I think I hope we don't see what happened with Issa Diop last game, where it's just a lack of match fitness sees him not quite up to standard. Because I think regardless of your quality, if you're left out of the side for a period like that to come in against Chelsea, he has to be on it. I think playing in the 10, he won't get out as much. But there is no, I don't think, intent in that starting lineup. I think it will be a 4-5-1. I think we'll try and hold on for probably 60 minutes and then, put Benrahma on and see what happens. But I think Frank would be looking at that lineup thinking, well, we'll just do the same and our quality off the bench will be superior to yours. And then we're really struggling. It's just, I don't know. It's, sticking with 4 at the back and which I think is probably justified. But yeah, the lack of pace on the wings hurts me. I think Bowen has to have a game, of his left. Azpilicueta is probably the biggest flaw in that Chelsea lineup. And, the only thing we've got to counter that is Fornals on the left, and his lack of pace is quite severe, and, it's been noticeable throughout the season. So we'll have to wait and see. If anything, I'm more excited for the first 10 minutes just to see what David Moyes is trying, because I'm not quite sure.
For me, I could tell you in one sentence what we're looking to do. We're looking to play for set pieces, in my honest opinion, because when we don't have pace, the only way our goals have come this year have come from Cresswell free kicks, Cresswell corners into, likes of Bonner and Soucek. So I think Moyes has figured out what he wants to do in games like this is just play defensive, soak up pressure. I would say get him on the counter, but we can't really. So it's going to have to be. We do have a great, presence in the box when it comes to indirect free kicks and corners. And you got Noble on there, who you'd probably be playing for penalties. So expect Haller to go down like a sack of potatoes every once in a while. But other than Jared Bowen, there's no pace, and he picked up a knock last week and hasn't had the best couple of games. So,
what I would say actually on Chelsea, if you watch a lot of the goals they've conceded, clearly a lot of them were from Kepa. But aside from that, they struggle with the second ball and set pieces. So it's something that West Ham can look at to exploit. My issue with this lineup, and we've touched on it in terms of that counter, is where Sebastian Haller will feature on the pitch. We saw last week against Crystal Palace, he's clearly more effective in a more advanced position. Do we actually imagine him trying to get past our own half today?
It's going to be like Liverpool all over again. He's just going to be isolated, and everyone on Twitter, he's not even smiling. Why isn't he smiling?
It must be hard for him, because you look at that, it doesn't matter who you're starting up top. The reality is, like, someone with his lack of pace, like if you were starting Giroud instead of Haller, you would probably get the exact same reaction after 90 minutes, because, like, what can he do if he stays up the pitch, he's isolated. If he drops back, again, I've been banging on about this for weeks. As soon as he makes that pass, he's out of the play. And the question is now, who is in the play? You've got Bowen with his pace, but by that stage, probably Fornals is too deep, and it's just him.
And look at the options on the bench. You've got Benrahma's got some pace, but other than that, I mean, Lanzini's lost a bit of pace since his ACL. Yarmolenko is horrendously slow and has a turning circle of a U-boat, as much as I love him. We don't really have any pace or dynamic options off the bench. We just have, it can work, don't get me wrong, but I think this is a case of it depends what Chelsea turns up, really.
Well,
we could be looking at a complete whitewash early doors, and coming back into it a bit later, or we can keep it tight and lose or win it 1-0. You know,
I think we've possibly benefited obviously from Reece James being injured, because he would have been a massive threat going forward and defensively. I don't think that would have mattered too much in a way, given Fornals is on that left hand side. I'm going to bring in Charles as well because he's just hanging out. Charles, good man. How are we doing?
Excellent, boys. You all right?
Yeah, just discussing the Chelsea. Let's get into the Chelsea lineup, because Frank has made a slight adjustment that I didn't expect him in. He obviously expected West Ham to come with a more of an attacking style. Jorginho now in the midfield. I imagine Kante and Jorginho as pivots, possibly Mount as the 8 in there. So I think Frank's tried to adjust to how we thought West Ham were going to play, but now we've thrown Noble in for Nows. Maybe that'll be unnecessary. Maybe Frank might change that as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think.
Go on, Angus.
I was going to say the Jorginho thing. It's knowing us, will give away a penalty, and that'll be his moment of magic. But I was going to say Mount does tend to play in almost that holding role for Chelsea, which is a bit confusing. He will push up because they've got Jorginho there now, which means that it'll be a direct matchup probably between Rice and Mount. Mount will be the one looking to create, and Rice will be trying to hold it down. Which I think, if anything, Frank's probably done directly just to see how that battle unfolds. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. But
no, sorry, man, you go.
no, you go. I was just going to say very quickly.
Right. Abraham starting tonight instead of Giroud, which is actually quite an interesting decision for him. I know Giroud's got good movement generally, but I guess Tammy is the guy to try and stretch a back four. Possibly Frank's looked at that and thought if he can counter West Ham as well when we push numbers forward, that Abraham's the guy to stretch things. Thoughts on Abraham play? And I know, Angus, you've said that what's Giroud got to do to try and get in this side, but Frank's picked him.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think Giroud, I don't think he'll stay there for the rest of the season. I think he'll probably try and make his way out in January because he's such a quality player and he just can't catch a break. I reckon he could score 10, as I said, and he wouldn't be a secure place in that starting 11.
Yeah.
Tammy, haven't seen too much of Tammy. I obviously got a bit of a lack of pace, as does Giroud. Aerial threat like Giroud. They're very similar players. I guess if anything, he'll be a bit more agile in the box and probably try and hold off a defender and be a lot tighter to his man and they might even look to create off him rather than him be the final touch. Well, so you might have Mason Mount pushing up into the box and Tammy's holding someone off, knocking it off. But yeah, we'll wait and see.
That's what happened earlier in the season. I think, like with Abraham, he's using his striker as a guy to try and introduce that midfield. We know, obviously, Werner, Pulisic coming inside. He was trying to use that tactic. I think Giroud gave him something a little bit because they were struggling against teams with a low block. Possibly, it might benefit us tonight. It just depends, like we've said. We don't know how Chelsea are going to try and attack West Ham. And we also don't know how West Ham are going to try and get in behind and hurt Chelsea. So there is a bit of a dilemma in terms of how this game's going to go. First 10 is going to be important to see how it's going to pan out.
Yeah, I mean, there are three guarantees in life especially when it comes to football, is death, taxes, and West Ham conceding a goal against a player in a bad run of form. And people have been really on Timo Werner's back. I can remember when Torres couldn't score for Toffee and he scored against us, So I'm actually saying that the player we might want to look out for tonight is old Timo. I
rate Timo Werner.
I really do, but he hasn't necessarily had a good time of it. So it's just basically if we have that, like, we're going to be conceding goals. We'll talk about goal threats. Timo Werner is, it's sod's law that Timo Werner will pick up a net against us or get an assist or something.
Yeah, 100%. I hope that doesn't happen because he's a danger man. He's a danger man. Comes from deep as well, can stretch defences. I think Lampard, from what I've seen, is a bit confused about how he wants his team to play. It won't help him. Obviously, Aspilicueta coming in, no overlapping fullbacks. While we're here, 20 people watching, drop a like on the stream. Don't play around. 10 away from 5K. We're so close, lads, before Christmas. Give us a nice little Christmas present. Charles, what are we saying about this Chelsea lineup? Anyone in there that's concerning you before we kick off?
I mean, the formation's interesting for me. I think it shows that they're going to retain a lot of the possession, especially in the centre of the park, where you've got Mount, Kante, and Jorginho, who are obviously very, very solid central players. And then you've got a lot of pace in Pulisic and Werner, and Chilwell's obviously a dangerous fullback. So I expect them to be, quite attacking. And I think Moyes, at least, is kind of thinking with the team that we put out, is trying to kind of quell that attack and look to get something on the counter. The only problem is we don't have too much pace on the counter. So, I mean, I would be very happy if we just keep it tight and solid at the back, keep it defensively sound. But for 90 minutes, having Chelsea knock on our door isn't going to be an efficient way of getting a result. So we do need to attack. We need Fornals and Bowen to have that burst of pace to get up the pitch and just try and create something. Because, I'm not seeing. I'm not as confident as I was after this lineup.
I'm really not.
Know. Personally, I think not a lot has changed for me personally. The only difference is we've lost a bit of pace on one of our wings. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm positive. I'm saying that it doesn't. For me, the changing lineup isn't going to make an awful lot of difference for me. I still think whatever problems we're going to have with Mark Noble in the middle, they would have exploited with two in the middle with Fornals above. My personal opinion. Okay. Main thing for me that I think we need to do, which we're doing earlier, and I mentioned it on the last couple of streams, we need to be making sure that Souček is the advanced midfielder out of him and Rice arriving late in the box, because the amount of chances he had, and after lockdown and beginning of the season, arriving late in the box, whereas we're losing that now. Rice is moving a bit more forwards. Personal opinion, of course.
I agree, mate. I think we're going to need him. This is what I'm saying with what the formation is. Is it a 4-5-1? Are we sticking with a 4-2-3-1? Is Noble sitting? Is Souček playing more advanced? These are questions that I really don't know, because we haven't seen.
The way I look at it, mate. The way I look at it is that Rice is probably going to sit a little bit deeper. Personally, again, this is my personal view. Please feel free to tell me I'm an idiot. And then you're going to have Noble and Souček just above them. You're going to have Fornals and Bowen as what Moyes did in his video as fake wingers, trying to get Kufal and Cresswell on the overlap. And trying to get them on the overlap. And then trying to get balls into the box to Haller or play for corners. That's how I see us lining up.
We definitely need to take advantage of the set pieces as well. We've obviously been very clinical from them, and if we can just, win a foul, get a corner, we've got to make the most of those decisions, especially with the tall players that we have in the squad. So if we aren't creating chances, then we've got to be very clinical from them.
We have to. But my issue is, and we saw this in the Crystal Palace game when we sat back for a long period of this game, I imagine West Ham are going to be in that low block, and it will all come down to how quickly we can get out of that and try and get the ball forward. And if we can nick a free kick, if we can nick a corner, maybe we can nick a goal, and it sort of changes it. I've never, for quite a while, I felt quite confident going into games. It's the one game I'm a bit like.
It almost
spotted something. I see, Corey. You've been channeling your inner Mark Speller tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, famous. Well, what with the
yeah.
No, look,
I was going to say
a win over Fat Frank would be gorgeous. There's no denying it.
Very quickly, I was almost going to say that it almost feels like Chelsea could have two at the back. That's where the goal would come from, with the exception of set pieces. Like, it does get to a point where obviously we're lethal from them, but it doesn't feel nice going into games just trying to nick a goal from a set piece. Obviously Leeds learnt their lesson last night. They
sure did.
They tried to bring it to a top team, and at the end of the day, they got punished for their mistakes. But it's just not going to be entertaining for 60 minutes, is it? I think that's why the pace is so important. Sorry, Angus. I think that's why the pace is so important, is because you see what happened last year when we played against Chelsea. They were pressing up high, and then we break quickly. Rice gets the ball up to Antonio. Antonio gets it to Yarmo, and Yarmo breaks, and their defense is all over the place. So we do need to be. Like we said for the Palace game, they need to be quick on the transition and get the ball up their end as soon as possible before they get their numbers back. So I think that's it's a real key. That's the thing, though. There is no pace in that starting 11. They're literally, with the
That's
exception
what
of Jared
worries
Bowen,
me.
That's what I'm like, okay.
yeah, it's that. My point was purely because of the lack of the pace, not because of the formation or.
No, yeah.
I'll behave yourself.
Oh,
If we see
Yeah.
a Bonner and Balbuena in Chelsea's box, we might actually get a goal
please.
from this. So,
Against Leeds, we had him being lethal on the wing, if you remember.
honestly, I'm looking at Jared Bowen in this game. Like, please, Jared, just I reckon you can beat Silva for pace. If Chilwell pushes too high, that's the way we're going to do it.
I think you'll see a lot in this game. I think we will see Sebastian Haller dropping a lot deeper, which tore my hair out. The first half against Palace, but I don't think he has any other option. He's literally going to be isolated. But I do think then that Jared Bowen will push up, and we might see a 4-5-1 for a great deal of that first half, with Jared Bowen actually being the leading man, because Haller plays the pass off, and Bowen's just got the pace. So not through a formational thing where Moyes is like, okay, Bowen, play up top for a bit. I think it'll just end up, we'll see when we're on the ball that Jared Bowen will be that number 9, because we'll all be trying to push up, and at the end of the day, survival of the fittest almost, he's the one that's going to be up there.
I hope so, because the space between, the way Chelsea try and play out from the back, and I'm not saying this would happen, they obviously split the two centre-backs, but every time they're in that defensive shape, they never really cut that space off, and you look at Jared Bowen as the guy to do it. I think even if Jared Bowen can get the ball and Allaire can find himself in an advanced position and use his movement a little bit, I think he can get a chance. But I feel like I say this every single week because of the side we are. Take our chances. This is the game where we may not have too many chances. We have to take them.
The problem.
Well, it's interesting that we got on Angus.
I was going to say very quickly. I was going to say the problem with Bowen being our leading man is, then the Chilwell has all the space to run around, and you'll be asking a lot of Haller almost defensively. Mm-hmm. And Chilwell is, out of probably all the fullbacks in the Premier League, Chelsea have James obviously not starting today. James and Chilwell literally up to their own touchline, whipping balls into the box, and he might be the free man half the time, which is a problem because he always seems to return, with an assist or a goal. So. Yeah.
The problem is as well, like what we've seen in previous games, obviously Dennis mentioned it earlier, is Rice is almost that sitting midfielder. Rice does a lot actually off the ball to protect if the fullbacks push up or someone's out of space. And you worry if someone like Rice moves out of position, they've got a mount. I think it benefits us actually, to be honest, having Jorginho and Kante in there. But like we said, Chelsea have got so many options to bring off the bench. If they bring on a Kovacic or a Havertz, they will play in advanced positions. And if West Ham possibly try to chase the game late on, we could get exposed, and that is my concern. Sorry for being negative, everyone. I hope we prove something wrong.
To be fair, there's a couple of questions I don't want to feel like we're ignoring the commenters. Jacob BDT, we've been over the Noble thing quite a bit, mate. But to summarise, everyone thinks it's Armageddon except for me. I just shrug my shoulders and go, I think it doesn't change an awful lot. Just lacks a bit of pace, and Mark Noble turns up for big games. Maybe he's Maybe he'll have something in his pocket. Maybe he'll have a stinker. Who knows? The
problem is with the Noble thing is that is so right for probably about 2-3 seasons ago when Noble would come on and have a Tottenham game and he would play consistently well for 20 minutes. I remember watching him towards the back end of last season against Spurs, and for 20 minutes he was fantastic. And then it went, and then his levels went, and he couldn't do the same thing. And that's my only concern. Listen, Noble will 100% give everything that he's got in his locker tonight. There's no doubt about it. But whether it's enough and whether it suits us,
just as a sit-in number 10.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to do it.
Pass it sideways to Fornells and Bowen to run in with what pace Fornells does have and the pace that Arjen Bowen does have. That could be. I mean, we could be seeing a David Moyes masterclass here, where actually we're playing Rice at centre back with them, and we're planning to bring on 2 goalkeepers at half time to make it twice as hard for them to score.
That is so weird. That I've got to be honest. That is such a weird thing to do.
People that don't follow me on Twitter to see my amazing jokes. It's like on Football Manager when you click auto select for a friendly you don't care about, and it puts both your reserve keepers on the bench to make up the numbers.
What do we think? Because I didn't speak to Dennis or Charles about this, but the decision to bring in Noble for Benrahma, is it tactical? Is it, does he not rate Benrahma for this game? Is he trying to
definitely tactical? It's definitely tactical.
I think he just wants a little bit more defensive cover, and he trusts ultimately Moyes, whether you see this as a positive or a negative, it can work both ways. He trusts people. He trusts Mark Noble. He trusts Rice. He trusts Cresswell. I don't think he trusts Ben Rama yet to perform in big games, even if it is a case of he's a different player of what he wants to do. That's why he trusts Fornals now.
Okay.
Whereas we
Yeah,
had this
but I
problem
mean,
with
also
Fornals. When Moyes first came in, sorry to cut the question, but when Moyes first came in, we had the same problem with Fornals. It took us a while.
God, that is a
Definitely
worse
doesn't.
comparison. Jesus.
McTominay has one decent game. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, let's have a look. Hold on, Radio
Well, I mean,
Raptors
the thing
now.
is with just quickly on Noble again.
Yeah.
I think X tweeted out that he was. I think the reason behind the decision was to block up the center of the pitch and to have that extra man to come back and help out in defence. So, I mean, there's definitely tactical reason behind it. But I mean, the good thing is, this is actually this is actually not a bad decision if you're a Noble lover or hater, because if he has an absolute roster of a game, then we know that he's past it. We know that he shouldn't be starting in the lineup anymore. But if he has a worldie, then that doesn't harm us at all. And if anything, I actually think Noble comes up in these big games for us. So I'm hoping that second Noble still has a bit left in the tank to give us that edge.
I would really get it.
Sky has us with a flat 4-5-1.
Yeah, it's got to be 4-5-1. I saw it and was like, yeah, probably.
The thing is, though, I think Noble could have a game out of this world, or he could do not much wrong and have a quality game and would still struggle. Like it's one of those things where it's not like he has a shit game and we lose, and he has a good game and we nick something. It just at the end of the day he's one player in 11, and not much is being asked of him defensively. So it's his role theoretically, and obviously he will drop back and not be that kind of attacking number 10. But his role, that should be a creative role. We should have someone creative in the middle of the pitch, and that's not really his forte, I don't think.
Well, I mean, the thing I would ask of Noble is to just be disciplined in this game. There's no need to try and chase Chelsea and press them and get out of position. And listen, I know Noble loves it and he wants to win the ball, and I get Moyes has given him almost that license last season, but I just think it's dangerous to start exposing spaces. And even if we do have a solid back four and they have a good game, to try and keep the likes of Werner, Pulisic, Abraham quiet for 90 is such a difficult task. So I hope Noble's positioning in this game is spot on. I would feel much more comfortable if we had Antonio and Ben Rama up front along with Bowen, and I could completely advocate that kind of counter-attacking style and trying to pack the midfield. This feels a little bit negative, but let's say we've kicked off.
He just needs to keep it simple. He just needs to keep it simple, like you say, Corey. Just disciplined tactically, and he can't do much wrong if he keeps it like that.
We want to throw in.
Out of curiosity, what seconds everyone at? Just so
we're doing that already. 30 seconds.
48. I've got Now TV here, so should be.
Sure.
Fine.
Dennis and I at the same time.
It's the end of the world. Chelsea have won a free kick in their own half.
Oh, Jesus.
It's all Mark Noble's.
I'm 40 seconds. What seconds are you on then?
1:07.
Oh my God. How the hell are you getting faster streams than us?
Well, I was having a bad time with it last
time. He's 2 hours ahead of us, so he already knows the result.
If I could just get to 10 seconds from within each other, I'd be fine with that.
I'll pause it.
It's a minute.
I'll pause it.
It's crazy.
Lovely stat on the screen. Lampard's lost both his fixtures as a coach against West Ham.
Stop crying, Frank Lampard.
Oh, God. Haller trying to... Noble play at advanced.
Haller is now playing as a number 10.
I just don't understand asking Noble to press the ball. I've never understood it. I just don't.
Look,
I'm seeing Haller come deep again. He's just lost the ball.
And I'll say it again. We're managed by.
Deal with that.
We always know. We never know what's going to happen.
Werner with far too much space.
Zuma's got that. Haller lost the ball.
Sorry to everyone watching. You're going to get lots of delayed reactions.
I believe that was Havertz with his impression of the John Smith's advert.
What, on the bench?
John, who was it that had that shot? Oh, it must be Jorginho. Then look, I'm quite far away.
Havertz on the bench.
Corey over your head. It's the old Peter Kay advert where he boots it miles in the air and shouts.
Oh, that's quality. Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
I think it would have been about 8 when that advert came out.
What the Avid?
When I'm joking, I was 11, so you probably were about 8.
Come on.
Haller isn't smiling. Lee Caton's going to be fucking fuming.
He's offside.
Yeah, and he's not smiling, Angus.
Is that? But that was actually quality from him. All he had to do was stay on side. He's received the ball perfectly. And sure enough, he's offside.
How does he go himself offside from there? Oh, okay.
Get ready for the weekly outburst from Angus.
That is going to be the route, isn't it? Crespo the ball in behind from.
I will say one thing very quickly. I don't think this is a game you can give him much stick, whatever happens, because so much is asked of him in a game against Chelsea when he's literally got no option. So I don't care if he drops back. I feel bad for him. Honestly, I feel bad for him.
See Bowen dropping deep at Fornals as well, starting in that 4-5.
Someone's down. Chilwell is down, and it looks potentially bad. But then again, he's a Chelsea player, so he's 4-0. No, actually, that does look quite nasty. No foul. There's a clash of boots between him and Bowen.
He's done his ankle like that so many times this season in games that I've watched.
That doesn't look too healthy.
Does it actually look bad?
Oh, yeah, he's rolled over it.
I think he'll be fine.
It's not Bowen's fault. It's just something that happened.
No, it's just accidental.
It wasn't exactly John Lundstrom yesterday when he nearly took out the guy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Talk about go through on an impact.
Just getting ready to take over.
Guy's foot nearly came off. It wasn't great to watch.
I haven't seen the replay of the challenge. Is he?
It's not an ankle breaker.
Him and Bowen together.
Him and Bowen have just sort of caught each other's legs going for the same ball. It's no foul.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a foul at the time.
Who's that? Is that Emerson warming up?
Yeah,
is he still playing?
Emerson warming up.
Yeah.
My mate who's a Chelsea fan absolutely hates him. I don't think he's that bad.
Well, he's not.
It doesn't matter. He comes on, and we're not hurting him. Happy days. The switch, I think, will be quite crucial in this game. You see, when we're down that right-hand side, Cresswell's being asked to push up quite a bit and almost making that overlapping run, and Fornell's the one dropping deep.
Oh, well, are we playing again? And I just haven't seen it because I'm so far.
No. This was before the challenge.
Chilwell's hobbling on the sideline about to come on.
For Christmas, I'm going to get myself Australian TV.
Yeah,
because
it's like being at the game, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I've just heard some celebrations.
Same.
God.
That ain't from me.
It sounded like a more evolved Charles.
Hang on.
It might have been a more evolved Charles.
I think they're just cheering that Haller's down injured.
Yeah, I'm like, where
no, that's Angus. That's Angus's dad. That's Angus's job.
Who's that actually come from?
He's the one who's got
from Charles' dad.
It's come from a middle-aged man in the other room.
Yes! 1-0!
Who scored?
I was offside. Declan Rice, but he's offside.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh, no.
Set pieces.
Oh, dear.
Can it go to VAR, please?
Is it another set piece?
Another set
That's
piece.
a great finish from Rice. That's a great
offside.
finish from Rice.
He is offside.
Good though. The sad thing is that's the one that we've.
That's the one. Little 5-a-side finish from Declan Rice.
The problem is that's the set piece we've worked on, and it's now being called out by offside.
Yeah.
So the next time we try that, they're going to be all over us.
Yeah, he is just offside, but that's a quality finish from such a tight angle.
And
he was going to celebrate like mad against Chelsea. I love that. You love to see that.
David Moyes has been screwing
I
up
think
his
I've been quite
newspaper
generous with that comment.
just 2 weeks on that set piece.
Tell you what, if that come
Yeah.
off, I would have gone
No,
nuts.
that was Kev Nolan. Kev Nolan's got his hands and he's got his head in his
mate,
hands after that.
That free kick routine, they tried every time and it never,
Yeah.
ever,
Well, it worked that time.
ever,
Sort of.
ever worked. Like they would try it every game under Allardyce and it just didn't work.
Come on.
That's all they practice in training with Nolan.
Remember the Antonio one against Liverpool? That was class. That was so nice.
Go on. Come on,
God,
deal
we're
with
so
it again.
deep,
Deal
aren't
with
we?
it again. Nice. Oh, come on.
Chilwell's down again.
Yeah, it was too
Bloody
rough,
hell.
mate. His ankle's
Yeah,
gone.
That team's gone then.
Oh, the ambulance.
You can't come. Yeah, you can't fall down twice like that. Funny
Look how
thing is,
advanced Kante is as well. Jeez. Right.
we've been the ones asking the questions so far, which is interesting.
Good little start.
8
Well,
minutes in.
I thought we were going to be
conceded.
really negative, and we haven't been as nearly as negative as I thought we were
You
going
say
to
that,
be.
but we normally do start games positive and then just sit back and worry.
True, but yeah, at least it's an encouraging sign.
We need a goal before Chelsea do. That's before we start defending.
Yeah.
Well, there's
We'll
my
start dropping back
FPL
deep.
gone for sure.
Is he in your FPL?
Oh no!
I think I put him on the bench. I did put him on the bench.
I got Reece James and I didn't change my team.
I've got James
Oh.
Justin to come in, so I'm sweet. Save me there.
That's
I was quite lucky. I benched Reece James before this
Honestly,
week.
Jamie Vardy has basically carried my team this week.
That's Mo Salah for me, man.
1-0.
Oh no, wait!
Thiago Silva 1-0.
Oh, you're joking.
Shit.
from the set piece.
Set piece, got caught napping.
So that's the thing now. We've been so.
Oh, nobody's on him.
Yeah. And now this is
Can't-
literally
we're stuck.
This is the and this is the day. This is why I
Oh, come on! There's no marking on
David
him.
Moyes managing us is ridiculous because now we've set up to frustrate them and maybe nick a point. 10 minutes in, we've got 80 minutes to try and work our way back in
Yeah.
it.
I don't think we look like
We've
we were
got to
trying
attack.
to.
Bowen is on Thiago Silva and he lets him run past him. He's not even looking at him, to be fair. No one is.
No, I think
can't
it's
believe
Cresswell.
so
one picked
easy.
him up.
Bowen-
I can't believe
Bowen was on
one's
Pulisic.
picked up.
No one's picked him up. How can you
Way
let someone
too
that big
easy.
and tall get past you?
Way too easy.
Everyone's just ball watching. That's shit.
That's like a free header. Ridiculous.
That's the one thing you can't do. Set
Do you know
piece.
what? I don't
It's
think
so
we've been
sloppy.
bad from open play. Chelsea haven't been that great, and yet one set piece, and which you'd back West Ham in, and Simon says first set piece we've conceded this season. I mean, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have even. Definitely would have been
We're
the way
normally
that I
scoring
thought
them.
Chelsea. Well, exactly. That's why I can't believe they've let him go there.
Yeah, that was terrible marking from. I think. Well, Bowen was with him, but I don't think he was meant to be marking him. And then suddenly, no one tracked his run.
I've just seen it. It appeared to be Pulisic that Bowen was marking, and Cresswell's jumped up for the header as well. And it almost
all
seems like
just agree
Thiago
that-
Silva's come from deep, and he's just
It is-
completely unmarked.
Depending on who you speak to, is either Sebastian Haller or Mark Noble's fault.
So
yeah.
One
but
of
look at
their
this.
faults.
This is the bit I don't get. You're about to see Fornals on. Don't even know who that was whipping balls into the box. It's like he's playing left wing back.
Yeah, they're starting to take control now.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where you put out
God's sake.
a lineup like that, and there's someone do half time now. It's
Could've
almost
done with
best
wing
case
backs.
scenario. It's 1-0 into half time.
It's a problem, innit? Like, obviously, we've lost Arthur. I just think this game would have been perfect for the normal 3-4-3. And, they're moving
Another
the ball around
set
really
piece.
quickly. Chelsea have got the most set-piece goals this season, just one ahead of West Ham, clearly, with that goal they've just scored as well. So,
There's another
Look,
stat
Bowen
we can't
on
use.
Silva again.
it's just stupid. He's on the edge of the box. It's ridiculous. How can you let their biggest man...
That's a foul. Okay.
Good header, Suchek.
Yeah,
It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an
My
interesting
confidence
game.
is not high at the moment.
Yeah.
especially with the way Chelsea are attacking. Just relentless at the moment. And you're right, Dennis. It's like the first 8 minutes we seem like we can do all right, and then as soon as
too
we get
easy.
past the 10-minute stage, we start to let them get in the game for some reason.
Right across goal there. Oh, Emerson slips.
Look where Bowen is there. It's just hard, isn't it? It's not down to the players, it's down to the formation, and he's dropping so deep.
I mean, the formation
we
is
keep
looking like an
conceding
absolute
way too much on those wide areas. Chelsea are really hurting us there.
I agree with Jacob. We needed 5 at the back for this game.
Martin at left wing back. Getsu fell on the right.
But you look at Fornals' position here. He's come quite central, and he just lets, I think it's Mount. Yeah, Mount go across.
Don't worry, lads. Even if we get spanked today, we got the quiz tomorrow. So.
Well, yeah, there's always that. Join us for the quiz tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Oh my God, you're gonna. Angus, are you going to be joining us, or is it a bit early for you, mate?
8 o'clock. It's another 4 a.m. for me.
Not quite.
I think I might be dead if I try and get
Angus,
up.
come on, it's Dennis's quiz, mate.
Flacking.
Yeah, come on, mate.
There's an entire round on Avram Grant.
Ooh, that's my time to shine.
Oh yeah,
Angus, can you show a little bit of commitment, please?
Apologies, Charles.
Come on,
It's just
mate.
the ad revenue hasn't been enough, so
Just lack of effort. Lack of effort. Sorry.
We'll compromise here. We'll compromise. You don't come to the quiz and you get some sleep, but you need to tell us what way your toilet flushes.
Oh, for God's sake.
So, Angus, I thought everyone in Australia knew about like the Simpsons Australia episode. I thought that was just
Every
that was
time.
I don't, unfortunately. This is the same with the boot thing last week.
Every single time.
Allaire sent a pass to Mark Noble.
Same episode as the boot.
It's just pointless. Why has he
Thinking
done
that Mark
that?
Noble could
Why
run.
has he done that? Noble ain't.
You don't want to say what you're
Noble's
about
got
to say.
pace.
No, honestly, I swear down, like genuinely.
I love how I love how
Noble.
Corey could be
Oh my
talking about this
God.
game or the conversation I'm having with Angus. Every time.
Yeah, it could be us. Poor from Noble. That's really.
Oh,
What's the most
blimey,
entertaining thing
whatever.
you're going to get all game, I think?
I'll tell you what, this isn't
Conversation.
an entertaining game at all.
I'm loading
Sorry,
up
DJ.
the good old FIFA. I'll go on beginner and I'll show them how it's done.
There's no attacking output.
There's
right
no,
now.
there
That's all
isn't.
for
There
us.
isn't. It doesn't look like we can hurt Chelsea in any way. They can
They've
press.
had a goal
the
disallowed.
they
It
want.
would appear.
Oh, they've had a goal
They
disallowed.
just scored, but it looks like it's been disallowed.
And I think it was Ian as well.
It's like-
That's
it's
the
like our
funny
friend
thing.
Sean Matty on the touchline.
Dennis,
Yeah,
I'm calling it
there's-
right now. I reckon this ball's in. I reckon that should have been 2-0.
Nah, miles
Do you think
out.
it is?
Miles
Is it?
out.
Oh, yeah, no, it is.
Miles out.
Yeah, probably.
They are checking it though.
I tell you what, 2-0 down here, lads.
Oh, come on. No,
Sean Massey single-handedly got Andrew Gray fired.
Oh, the ball's out as well. The ball is way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Is that
ultimately,
what
Sean
she
Massey
raised
can
her
never
That was
get
it.
wrong-
That was
never get a linesman decision wrong because she single-handedly cost Andy Gray his job. She
It's
deserves
well
a
out. It's
knighthood.
about a metre out.
She deserves a knighthood for that alone.
That was definitely.
I always hated Andy Gray, just to FYI.
Dennis, not going to lie, you might as well do the quiz now, mate, because
We ain't going to
Yeah.
get it.
Well, question one, Angus.
Can I just quickly ask about the quiz? What do we need any sort of like app to download or something?
No. I will ask the quiz verbally, like a Zoom quiz, mate.
Right, Corey, calm down.
All you need is a notepad and a pen, and to be honest with your scoring, because there are no prizes. So
I'm the
cheating.
most
You
honest man
cheating gets
going.
you nowhere other than making you look like a twat. So
Well, it'll be fun nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh, yeah.
gonna pretend like I'm gonna ace the Marco Boogers.
oh
round.
no. To be fair, only saddos like me would near enough ace this. I wouldn't know all of these. Some of these I did have to look up, but.
I'm looking forward
Yes,
to it.
there are some. There is an entire round on things David Sullivan has done to embarrass us.
Oh, well, that's an easy round.
Yeah.
Can I just say, as much as this is all fun and games, the only reason we're able to have conversations like this is because Chelsea have literally passed it around the back for 2 minutes. No one's
It's
realised.
literally
We've
just
got
like
nothing.
the Simpsons movement, Angus. Angus, it's like that bit where they watch the Simpsons and go, centre holds it. Holds
Yeah,
it.
it's exactly like that.
Holds it. And it's just literally, I think.
You could get a 4-year-old to commentate this game
Oh,
because there's not
Noble!
much
What the
happening.
fuck? He just literally misses a tackle. Such an easy interception against Mount. The hell was that? And it's free kick.
Oh,
Yeah, Declan Rice has just had to clatter him as a result as well.
Look how easy it is for Chelsea here to pass this ball around. I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't know what we're going to do.
Well, we're going to make excuses, but Chelsea have built a very, very good team and spent a lot of fucking money. So,
But we've allowed them to come into the game. Just
Well, let's be honest.
No,
We've conceded from a poor set piece.
They do have quality footballers.
Oh yeah, no, they do. They just need to be
We've got a good XI. Like if Cresswell were to go down now, we wouldn't be able to bring on a player of Emerson's quality. We'd be bringing on a young Ben Johnson, wouldn't we?
Bring Ben Johnson, yeah.
Sebastian Haller was just defending Timo Werner on the wing. You love to see it. Also, I will say this very quickly. As much as this, if Moyes is trying to get a point out of this, it ain't great for Declan Rice either. You would try and set some sort of intent in a game just purely for Declan Rice's pleasing.
Well, look,
because he'll be looking at this, he can't do anything, and he's thinking,
"Why the fuck do I do what?" Yeah,
Chelsea.
He's thinking, why should I do these for the shit houses when I can go start in this team and
Barcelona in London?
We just can't keep possession. That's all.
It's every time. It's starting to do my nuts. Keep the ball.
Possession.
We got the ball,
and
then we just lose it.
As soon as we do, we lose it. Exactly.
Get Noble out. He's so bad.
I mean, he's not doing great so far.
He's not great in the press. Missed a few passes, but I can't dig him out too much, to be honest.
You're not allowed to.
Much of him. Yeah. Now, there hasn't been that much that's gone on from our side anyway. I mean, we've lost the ball a couple of times when it's got to Haller. They've got absolute free reign on the wings as well to put balls in.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've just seen the ball that Bowen's
you would have thought that we would have gone 1-0 up from a corner and we were now sitting so many players behind the ball. We literally got...
Oh, that's the problem, isn't it?
Including the keeper, 10 men behind the ball almost every time, no matter how far up the pitch they get. The only player that's advanced is Seb.
But you've got Kante almost playing in an 8 role. He's got so much freedom in this side. He's just...
Imagine my shock.
It
would have been the same if we'd had Ben Rama on the wing and Thornell's in the middle.
It wouldn't, no, because individually they can do...
It's not going to happen, Danny, mate. It's not going to happen.
He can offer so much individually. All he has to do is like, in terms of ball-holding midfielders, we don't have any. We just have none.
Ball retention is a massive issue.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it. If we had more ball retention, we'd be doing more. But Fornell's just...
what, our first half heat map. Sorry, Angus. Our first half heat map's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and you will see Fornell's playing left wing.
Blair has absolutely done him.
Oh, go, son.
No, he's got caught up by somebody.
There's your pace, ladies and gentlemen.
I never once have I claimed Seb Haller to have pace, to be fair. Never once.
Again, I can't...
No, I'm not going to do a DT and throw the phone across the room, by the way.
Can I dash this chair, please?
You can't slate him. You literally...
Oh!
That's what I mean. Like,
what does he do from there? Oh.
Yeah, to be fair, there's not a lot he can do with the ability
that's
he
Antonio.
has.
He blows his way to the goal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If that is Antonio, it's direct and he's...
Oh, yeah, but this is why I say that as much as I think Haller is disrespected, 100% Antonio fits the system better. 100%.
Oh, of course. Especially in this game. In this game, we would need it.
Oh, yeah. This game and the Liverpool game, Antonio would have been like peak Antonio, not the Antonio we saw against Villa, who shithoused.
But this is the thing. Against Chelsea,
we've got a free kick out of that, lads. Come on, boys. Come on, Sushik's on my bench, which means he's going to score.
What have we got a free kick for, by the way?
Don't know. I don't care.
282 people watching. Subscribe, quick. 10 to 5k. Don't play around. Like the stream as well.
Well, I don't really know how to describe how that free kick went.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, and
it
then
was a free kick that happened today.
It's a really good cross from Soufal. There's no one on it.
Well,
Look at Bowen when they counter. Sorry,
Abraham now has it in our final third.
yeah, look at
No, I've
Fornals.
just seen.
Look at where Fornals is.
It's fucking. I'm
It's
agreeing with you,
really
Angus.
bad,
It's a
guys.
fucking joke.
Can I be honest?
Come on.
And I might wait for this ball. See what happens here. I genuinely think you'd get more from Ryan Frederick starting up top than Sebastian Haller in a game like this. I genuinely mean that. You can laugh all you want, but yeah, and that's at the end of the day, that
you
is
want pace because Fredericks can't control the football.
at the end of the day, yeah, but Sebastian Haller offers absolutely nothing, and that is not his fault, for the record. That is completely not his fault in a game like this. You can't slate Sebastian Haller. I don't care what he does, unless it's down to his own technical ability, where his touch is horrendous. It doesn't matter where he is on the pitch. He's so much is being asked of him. It's an impossible job.
You are forgetting that on the bench we have someone who's going to play with his heart and soul, and he's going to give 110% effort and loves playing against Chelsea.
If you fucking say Dawson.
David Martin.
Fair,
we need to get him on. Get him up top.
To be fair,
Get him on now. David Martin.
I used to go before we did this channel. I used to send a Joe tweet to X during lockdown and say, instead of Haller, are we going to play David Martin up top? Is that the surprise? We're going to play David Martin as a centre forward. He just responded with the Homer Simpson grass going in sort of gif. That was the one time that he responded to me.
Never mind. Yeah. Look, possession 84% for Chelsea. It pretty much says it all. To be honest, there's not a lot you can pick the bones apart when you've got 16% possession.
Honestly, I'd say I know similar to what Angus said about Haller, but in this game, Fornell's out on the wing is not really gonna.
Oh, it was never ever going to do anything.
Yeah, that's the trouble. It hasn't worked.
Hear me out, guys. I'd much rather Snodgrass out there.
Yeah, 100%. Completely agree with you.
At the very least, and would hug the touchline like a winger should.
Yeah.
Well, Fornals isn't going to get him behind, and he's not going to trouble Aspilicueta. So
I like Fornells. You know, he's not playing great, but I like the bloke. But
again, so much is being asked of him, though. He's constantly tracking back, and he is a left wing back playing in a higher position. That's what we're saying at the moment.
When Billy used to just put square pegs in round holes.
Why is he going? I don't get it.
Only West Ham could be about to put a ball in the box and then be back on their halfway line 10 seconds later. That's West Ham way, Oh, yes, go on. Great. Cresswell picks up a ball out of absolutely nowhere.
I thought that was a goal. Dennis.
I thought that was a goal and all.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to see it.
Because that is the right back. Whoever's playing right back for them, Aspilicueta, that is his ball all day long. He just misses it.
That was a good chance.
I'll tell you what, that could have crept in.
Here's the thing. That should have been Fornals picking up that ball, and actually it should have been Ben Rama, because Ben Rama should be starting, and he's a right footer, and that's a goal, 100%. Cresswell's had to take that on his left. He's the higher out.
Where's Bowen there? Where's Bowen?
Bowen comes so central to pick that ball up.
Oh, brilliant ball by Noble.
Go on, Nobes.
What a ball, Nobes.
Haller hoops it over the ball from point blank. It's a corner. Haller
tried another bicycle kick, a standing bicycle kick. Brilliant, actually, from Haller there, trying to create that.
Great.
Very nice.
I believe it's Mark Noble that floated that ball in as well.
Yeah, it was. It was beautiful.
That was a great ball. Great ball. And a good header back across from Suchek.
Yeah, Haller was offside.
That was the best.
That is a gorgeous ball as well.
There's not a lot, like you said, you can't do a
still a corner though. Corner from that.
Seb's first run when Bowen was looking to create was nice. All right, corner.
All we need is one good ball, and Suchek is on my fantasy.
Exciting,
he's
isn't it?
going to score.
All right.
Right, well, I'm going to wait for you boys to react first.
Well, Dennis is ahead of me, so...
I'm about 10 minutes behind at this point, so... let me know if we actually get a goal back.
That's how I feel.
I'm just bluffing. Seb Haller's just scored 5 goals in one.
Still a beautiful set piece. Oh,
Is it a
We
corner?
are starting to do a little bit more.
Yeah, he's giving it. He's giving it.
there's another
We
corner.
got a corner.
No, maybe
It
not.
looked like it came off
No,
Soucek.
we haven't.
Never mind.
I thought Baldy trickled us. They made it look like we were preparing to attack a corner. But then Soucek started walking away, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's a goal kick."
Struggle on second balls, Chelsea. We can try and put
Yeah.
pressure on them. We can get
What
something.
what minute are people on?
We're struggling to string a pass together.
27:43 for me.
Oh, okay. You're only about 10 seconds ahead.
Pulisic has done something silly.
Dennis is about to go into half time.
Yeah.
I'm on 22. No,
22?
I can't make out the time from how far away from the telly I am. Okay, I'm sorry.
28. 28.
28. We've just begun a minute. Okay, yeah, it's 28:12.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm a couple of seconds
Oh,
behind still.
I'm literally like 30. I'm like 30 minutes.
I know, Dan. Mate,
Yeah,
I
come on, Dan.
I need to sort myself out,
What?
to be fair. I've got a blue shirt on. What's going on?
Got to sort it out, mate.
Got to sort myself out.
Oh, you don't want that. You don't want that. Oh, nice.
Put it on.
Trust me, we are rooting for West Ham.
Relax, man. Just let me watch the game, all right?
I'm genuinely not joking with that Ryan Fredericks thing, like, for the record.
I know you. Really
I think
believe
he's,
I'll be honest. I wouldn't go that far, but
his touch isn't that bad, Dennis. He's a professional footballer. Sebastian Haller, you can't look at him and say it's any better.
Ability to control the football.
I know what you mean for this type of game, though.
Right back, right.
Oh, yeah. It's just pacing behind. That's the only.
If Ryan Fredericks was slower, he would not be playing Premier League football.
Oh yeah, completely. But he is. He's quick.
He's quick. But
yeah,
you know, Kevin.
Come on.
It's a reference that no one would get. Sadly, never stopped before though. Oh, Bowen was almost in there, but I think there was some form of foul.
Oh, it's. Are you kidding? Ball's in the back of the net. Beautiful from Haller winning the head on, which he does.
Yeah, it's good header.
Regularly. I don't know why.
Oh
that's
my
a foul,
god,
though.
how's that a foul?
It didn't look like a
I'd
foul.
like to see Ryan Fredericks do that.
How does Bowen foul freaking Thiago Silva?
That's not a foul. That is not a foul. It's just not a foul. They're not going to go to VAR, are they? You can't.
How the hell is that a foul?
That is not a foul. That is not a foul. That is not a foul.
He knows
Oh my
God.
god!
He knows what he's doing. He knows.
How
what
is
he's
that
doing.
a foul?
That's not a foul.
No, it's not. It's not a foul. Oh my god! It just you should have just
What's
seen it from my
happened
angle.
is that Silva has just got pressure and he's like, oh well, I'm in tough position. I better fall over. That's what he's thought.
Yeah,
He knows Bowen's behind him.
You say
No.
that. That's what makes Thiago Silva a great centre back because he can make.
Yeah, I mean, fair dues to him to get in the back.
Guys, keep watching the replays. He slipped over himself.
I know.
Yeah, he
but-
tripped over.
He slipped over himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come out of my mouth.
Oh yeah, he has. There's no contact at
Go
all.
to VAR for stuff like that.
So how did that go to
Has he
VAR?
not gone to VAR?
No, it hasn't. That's a goal.
Why did they go to VAR for when the referee or the linesman put the flag up for the ball going out of play? They went to fucking VAR. Did they go to VAR for that?
I find that so suspect when they do things like that, when they don't check things that are dubious, and then the other team or whatever they're willing to check it again and again just in case.
We're in a scarily advanced position at the minute, boys.
I think we're doing actually a lot better in these last 10
Played
minutes.
better.
A lot
Played
further
better.
forward.
Chris just gave the ball away. And,
Oh my
Yeah, and all
god,
it takes
Sofal.
is-
Was that not a foul throw from Sofal? It looked like one.
Should have had a goal with the Thiago.
Yeah, we
Silva
should have had a
thing
goal,
over
to be
himself.
how that doesn't go to VAR? That's what
I love Bowen constantly trying to hit that switch pass, trying to get something going in behind.
Well, that is what I said at the start. You could see it before Chilwell went down.
Oh.
That seemed to be the key.
Last 10 minutes, 30% of the action's been in Chelsea's area, 50% of the park, only 11 in our box. So
Yeah, well, we're
Yeah,
pressing a bit
playing
higher now, I think. For now, it's very, very central from what I'm watching.
Does Noble survive?
Again, gives the ball away lazily.
Does Noble survive being subbed off before after half time?
Well, if he loves the club so much, he can sub himself off.
The problem is then
taking it
You
off.
have to bring on Snodgrass, though, don't you?
You've got to then have David Moyes make. There's been a substitution before the 70th minute, and it's not a fat injury, and then his brain just melts.
I think what Moyes is doing is trying to push Creswell and Sufal a little bit higher so we're not so deep. Kante's won the ball, but I know I'm about half a minute behind.
Yeah. The thing is, though, it can so easily be 2-0. We get too complacent. We feel like
I agree.
we're winning this game.
It just feels nice we're getting further up the pitch, though. We're not just sitting back and trying to absorb it for the full.
But you just, with the quality that we've got, it's just, I don't know.
Well, it's about being clinical, isn't it, mate? And it's like,
you
kind of look at it.
That Cresswell one would have been a goal if Ben Ram was starting.
God, I do.
And that's not down to Cresswell's ability. It was just the fact he was taking it with his left foot, which is the only thing he can do. Ironically, last time he scored was against Chelsea on his right foot. He should have taken that on his right.
Oh! Bowen out. I think Bowen had a good shot and it smacked Thiago Silva in the nuts.
It was Souček. It was Souček.
Thiago Silva's, I think, just taken one to the nuts, lads.
The stomach wasn't that low. Just seen it, but
or he's doing a Paul Pogba and it's in his hand.
I know I'm behind.
At least we got a bit of a payback.
Come on.
Ooh.
But guess what? We've started to play well once we started playing more direct. It just makes sense, you know what I mean? We've got to be more direct. Got to keep it going.
Well, I think it's interesting just the way that it's sort of, you see Cresswell now and Soufal in a bit more offensive positions. I just think it naturally gets West Ham up that pitch. You've got Noble, instead of Noble trying to chase the ball and press it, you've actually got the team pressing as a whole, and he's got that midfield three beside him. It works. It is risky, naturally, because we've only got two centre-backs, but
we've been playing better with it.
I guess you've got Declan Rice for a little bit of kind of defensive security if he wants to slot back in. I just think, like Angus has said, I can't see where we're taking our chances here.
I mean, we do struggle to take chances anyway.
We do, naturally. I think Chelsea, to be fair to them, defensively have been quite switched on. Haven't really had any clear cut. I'll Souček win that.
We are playing better. That's all I will say.
Oh, well, we're on the ball a lot more. I think that's the difference now. Come on.
It's just so frustrating seeing one person that you could think individually could really do damage in a starting 11.
Yeah,
that's Bowen. He's the only one in that 11.
I'd love Moyes to bring Ben Rama on second half.
Come on, get Benny on.
I think he has to. I think he will.
Even if it's in a central position, just the fact that you can drive and bring that ball forward and
exactly, yeah.
I still don't get it. I still don't know why he's put Noble in instead.
I'd probably play him up top. I'd take Seb off, and Seb hasn't been that bad.
Trouble is, Seb is a good target man, good big man to have in that box, and whether he's the right player to have in terms of agility wise and pace wise.
It's just what Seb offers, isn't it? It's just
he does offer that strength and that sort of.
Well, then play Seb, in that 10 almost. Get Ben Rama on for Noble, play him higher, and have Haller as that late runner into the box with Souček. That's what I'd do.
We need Souček and Haller in the box and get balls into them because they're so dangerous and lethal in the box.
Well, we need someone going beyond Chelsea's defence, and unfortunately, Haller doesn't really offer that.
And I genuinely do feel really bad for him because
it's not the right game.
It just isn't, and it's not down to his own fault.
The setup isn't for him.
He's been quality.
Much better.
We are doing much better right now.
Well done, Pablo. Oh, unlucky Ricey. That's a good little play there on the left-hand side. Come on, boys.
Did we get a corner? No. Mount's doing a lot of defensive work as well for Chelsea.
Seb, what is this? Referee's having a stinker today.
Oh.
I will say, I genuinely, Seb has been good.
Oh, referee.
It's not a foul. I haven't seen the replay, but he got the ball.
That's so soft.
Nah, come on, behave yourself. You won the ball. I hate stuff like that.
Basically, what happened was if Sepp Haller had been smiling, he wouldn't have been given a foul away there. He needs to smile more. Remember, lads. It doesn't matter what happens.
What's really annoying is that set piece. Like, we don't concede that. We're definitely Chelsea haven't been that great.
That's the problem, isn't it? You look back at it.
Well, okay. 4-0 is on the ball. That's do not worry.
I would have never.
You give me hope, Dennis.
In the world.
Yeah, no, same. It's just it felt weird that we actually conceded from a.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that don't look like us. But it was.
You're about to see one of the most disappointing balls in we've had all season.
What, from Mark Noble? I know, from Soufal. Yeah, it's not a great one. It's not great.
Jeez, come on, West Ham.
But come on, you can't resist that beautiful Czech face of his.
Well, that was horrific. That was.
We've got such good build-up. The ball itself wasn't the worst ball we've ever seen, but it's the fact that the build-up was so well, and it was people.
Yeah, that's true.
It was you look at it and be like, right, that's the ball, and then it didn't happen.
See, Bowen at the moment is coming quite central for a lot of his to try and pick up the ball and create something.
We're doing fake wingers, as Moyes likes to have it.
Fake wingers, yeah. Look, I mean, I think it's good. I think he's just dragging that ball up, getting Allaire further up the pitch. And...
Don't go studs in, Nobes. I'm just waiting for Nobes to get straight red, and then that's it.
Oh, no, he won't. I think he'll be all right. Ooh.
I love his late challenges.
I don't. Mate, scare the life out of me.
That's what I was saying. I was like, just waiting for it to happen. Oh, Jesus. I've just seen Fabianski clear there. Don't know who it was, but someone was just breathing down Soufal's neck.
Oh.
I love how Noble, if he can't catch up with someone for pace, he just like tries to pull at their shirt a little bit.
Yeah, look at him.
Love that. You love that.
I mean, it's not exactly what I would like, but I listen.
You love to see it.
I'd rather if he had a bit of pace and he could try and win that ball back, but I'm asking too much of him, I think. Apart from a few misplaced passes, I don't actually think he's been that bad in this game. So
I don't know. He's not been horrendous.
Yeah. Again, though, it's a role which really, if you have any intent about you, it should be a creating role. He hasn't done much.
We've got many better options.
You would hope.
Yeah.
Moyes looks at it at half time and says, obviously, they're changing a little bit of the way that we're playing. Possibly looks to bring Ben Rama on and be a little bit more and try and take these chances and get him behind. If we win the ball high up the pitch, we can actually hurt Chelsea. We just haven't done it enough.
Imagine if we had Josh King. Whew.
Well, exactly.
We'd be a team.
Rama,
we would be a team.
Well, we'd have options, mate, wouldn't we? We wouldn't be playing the kind of...
Yeah, exactly.
You could, in theory, have a situation where you start Josh King in this game.
Cresswell!
21 minutes in.
He's got away with murder there, Cresswell.
To be fair, he's been a little bit of a liability when going forwards today.
He's got away with murder there. That's a terrible... He just took way too much time to get the pass there. And
absolutely out-muscled Azpilicueta. Go on. Oh, fuck. It was a good clearance by an unnamed...
That's a back pass. That's a back pass.
It's a sliding tackle. It will never be given.
What are we looking at?
You have to be under pressure to pick the ball up.
Nah, I won't give that. I wouldn't give that pass back. Or back pass, whatever it is.
It'd be harsh, but so was the foul in the box when we put the ball in the back.
Oh God, yeah. We should have a goal from that Bowen goal. From that.
We should. VAR should have reviewed it.
Well, yeah.
VAR should have reviewed it. If they're going to review the other one,
the referee was just tree happy on his whistle. He shouldn't have blown. Should have saved. Put the ball in the back of the net and then review it.
Again, we've had.
You look at Declan. You look at Declan Rice pressing Azpilicueta. If you've got someone like Ben Rama out there, see what he can do on that left hand side.
Yeah, I mean,
put Fornals into the centre.
As I said before, I don't believe really it made too much of a difference whether we played them. Right now, I would be taking Mark Noble off for Ben Rama. Mark Noble hasn't. I don't think he's been as bad as he could have been, but he's not been good.
Oh,
he's put a couple of good balls in. He's had a couple of good little passes. Oh, fucking hell, we're in trouble. Oh, fucking hell. 2-0, lads. Oh, Fabianski, brilliant save by the red wall, by the Polish wall, the red wall there.
Don't say
Communism
fucking
will live
2-0.
again, lads. Fabianski just makes a brilliant save with his feet.
Oh my god! How the hell do we not concede from this?
Because
It's because it's
Fabianski is an
Werner. It's because it's Werner. We've got Fab.
Yeah. Well, I'd just say we've got an absolute.
Oh god, Balbuena there, massively suspect.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do there. But
Great feet.
It's because Werner. I mean, fairness, he's hit it right.
Werner's got to do better. He's got to do the ball.
That was a shocking finish.
Yeah, he's got to do better.
All Fabianski, all Fabs.
It's right at him.
Fabianski literally just had to stand still and kick the ball.
Cheers, Timo. Thanks for that.
If I keep hearing less appreciation for Fabianski, I might have to change my mind. Goalkeeper.
Oh, he's one of my favourite players, but I mean, Werner's got to do better.
We're in again, lads.
No, I think he's offside.
Oh, fucking hell. Boo.
That's the thing. Oh, yeah, he is. About 20 seconds too late.
Yeah, he was just offside by the looks of it. But yeah, they call it really late, don't they?
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Again, it doesn't seem to change. If he receives the ball high up the pitch on the wing, if he receives the ball central, it's always too deep.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Angus. That's the point that you make is that he it pissed me off seeing him receive the ball on the wing because how's he going to be effective from that? He's not going to whip a cross in or anything. You need him central at least, at the very least, even if he does come deep.
The type of player that he is, do you know what I mean? Like we look at Antonio. If Antonio picks up on the left-hand side, we know he can do something with it. He's got the pace. He can drive him behind. Ale is that type of player where we need to, in terms of that system, everything has to play into him. You can't afford
exactly. No, you're right. Yeah, who's gone down for Chelsea?
I don't know because
penalty maestro.
All of their
God! I thought you said penalty.
Yeah,
no. Sorry, Jorginho. Jorginho.
To be fair, they all just look the same to me. Like Jorginho, Mount. They all
they
all just blur into one to me.
Jorginho, Tammy,
One thing I'd say: 87 people watching. Drop the like now. Drop it now. Don't play around. I know the game's a little bit dull, but we could get back into this.
Come on, get in the Christmas spirit, boys and girls. Give us a like and a subscribe.
Yeah,
and join Dennis's quiz tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'll cheer you up.
Keep going away.
There is a round on how all of our injury-prone footballers. There is a round on red cards, overhead kicks. There's a relegation round, which will be very unique. Round on Avram Grant, round on our academy.
Can I just, sorry mate to cut you off in your absolute prime, but just about the game.
Back to the game.
I think what's impressed me actually about Chelsea is in the previews and what I've seen from them, I thought they were just going to press consistently. And to be fair to them, when they have the ball, they do. But they do get numbers back, when they're out of possession. And I think that's what I've always looked at and thought, well, we can expose Thiago Silva with Bowen. But how many times have we seen Jared Bowen on a one-on-one with Thiago? Fair enough. The one time we did, he obviously slipped over and it should have had a goal. But we haven't seen it enough. So I think Chelsea are a much tougher team than probably I gave them credit for defensively. But listen, we've done much better these past 20, 30 minutes. We've got on the ball. We've tried to create. It is hard, though.
We just lack that spark.
We need someone to stretch that defence. We really, really do. Yeah. And we just don't have it. We don't have a natural option to bring on here. And I think that's the problem.
That's why we need Ben Rama, at least someone like Ben Rama to just give us another attacking option.
I think Angus touched on it earlier. Angus said Bowen possibly is almost like a 9. That would make more sense to me than possibly Allaire continue to play as the focal point. Good at that.
I don't know what defending that was there. The thing is, Bowen's been the only one really driving that ball into the box for a number 9. So you'd have, but you have to put Ben Rama on,
Yeah, I mean, realistically, he's not going to take Allaire off and put Bowen in the 9, but we just need another attacking option, someone who's going to do a bit more running and be a bit more creative than Noble.
Well, no, I think this is the thing. I don't think Noble's not. I don't think he's added, but he hasn't been terrible. I just think we need someone.
No,
to add
I'm not saying he
forward.
has been, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
we need someone who's going to do more, and he's going to,
definitely.
like Noble hasn't been bad, like he hasn't been terrible or anything, but he just hasn't done enough.
I'd like to see a stretch Chelsea. We really need to. Because this is comfortable for them. They can get men behind the ball.
I imagine that'll be half time soon for you boys.
I'm still on the 43rd minute. So
43rd?
No, I'm playing.
Hey, Jesus.
Yeah, let me know the final score.
Yeah, bloody hell.
It's got to be 1-0 half time because I've just got a notification. So
it's fine. It's right. It's called final score: West Ham 3, Brighton 0.
Yeah, imagine that cheer me up on the 27th.
It's half time.
You need it after this game.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's not been bad. Again, like I say, probably should give Chelsea a little bit of credit defensively. Their midfielders, their eights work so hard. Kante and Mount off the ball and on the ball. So crucial.
Honestly, if the VAR checked what it was supposed to check, could have been 1-1.
Yeah, 100%. And if you actually look at it, I think Chelsea have, apart from that, so they've had 2 shots on target. One was the goal and one was the Werner chance. They haven't got in behind West Ham too often. That's the encouraging sign. If we just add the right player now, Ben Rama, I know. I know we won't, but I'm just being hypothetical.
Moyes will look at it and be like, "Oh, still keep it tight."
Listen, mate, I do my predicted 11 each week, and I know Moyes is going to pick the same players. I've just got to be hypothetical about West Ham.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where we've actually looked good, but we just don't have the players to, work that bit of magic.
We don't have the plan B.
I keep banging on about it, but I think it is the only thing to bang on about. I don't think DJ's just written in the chat, the commentators on my stream slagging off Hello. I don't think he could have done much more. I think actually he's been quite good. But it's just one of those things where it's, his role is virtually redundant again because of his lack of pace against a team like this. The other thing is I mentioned this and we almost saw it. It's very easy for those players to think, we're in this, we're dominating. And with the pace that they've got, which is the pace we need, someone like a Timo Werner, at the end of the day, that should have been 2-0. And that was 10 seconds of them showing their quality. We've shown our quality, arguably, for 30 minutes here. We don't have anything for it.
I agree, man. I agree. I think we haven't got that plan B, that kind of person to stretch things. We have to talk about the goal that we conceded because it was very, very poor and very uncharacteristic West Ham, to be fair. Like, we don't normally concede goals like that. And like the stat pulled up, I think Chelsea scored the most set pieces this season. So I guess we should have been a little bit more switched on to leave Thiago Silva free in the box with a great
at the end of the day, if you think you should win a game, the first criteria that has to be met is you don't concede from set piece. No team should be conceding from set pieces. At the end of the day, they all do. Yeah. But you just don't concede from set pieces. You can't.
It's not fine if you concede from a set piece when, in any case. But if you're at least marking the player, if you're at least on the player, then at least you've got a chance of clearing it or defending well. But no one was on him. Bone, for some reason, was starting on the edge of the area marking him. And it was poor defensively, poor tactically, and poor setup from a set piece that normally we're pretty good with dealing with.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it on the replay, kind of get into it a bit more, because I think obviously Zuma is their massive threat from those set pieces, but certainly Silva has to be another one. Do you know what I mean? Look at the size of the it's great in the air. It's a complete mismatch. But other than that, lads, I think, listen, we're still in this game. We just got to hope that we make the right subs at half time. And I know Dennis is going to tell me no, we won't, and we probably won't. But like Simon says in the chat, Ben Rama.
You already know, mate.
Well, look, he says doubt if Moyes will take off Noble, so Ben Rama for 4 hours is a must. Yeah, I think we've got to take Noble off, to be fair.
How would you start the second half?
Then he's got to come on, but like I think most of you guys think anyway. I think generally we actually didn't play too bad. I'm not utterly depressed after that half. No, not at all. We came back into it. We lapsed in concentration for one set piece, and been generally good in when Chelsea have had the possession. So, I mean, we've just got to make some adjustments to make sure we have some more chances.
Honestly, I'm saying this as Seb Haller's biggest fan, but if we had Mickey up top, that one where he danced around a defender and then just didn't have the pace to get out of the next one.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Mickey bears right down the goal. He may not get a shot in, but he probably plays someone in. So honestly, it's what it is. It's a personnel. It's just missing Antonio, and I'm saying this as someone that fucking loves Sebastian out there.
But you can make the same argument. You can make the same argument for Fornals, mate, on that left hand side when sometimes he's picked the ball up and he's gone back. He hasn't taken the man on. We miss that directness, and I think if we had players in there that could stretch Chelsea,
which is why I would have argued for Snodgrass instead of him. And that way, you've got Fornals to come in the middle potentially, as well as Lanzini for Noble, if Moyes doesn't trust Ben Rama or wants to.
I wouldn't be opposed to having Fornals in the middle instead of Noble and Ben Rama on the left. Possibly.
I would either Ben Rama, or if Moyes is so hell bent on not playing him to rest him for Brighton, Snodgrass.
What, from deliveries? Is that what you're? I mean, look, we have to get at Azpilicueta. We have to get at Azpilicueta. We haven't done it enough.
Yeah. Here's what I'd do. I'd switch it to a 4-2-3-1. You've got the same back four, so Fabianski, Cresswell, who'd be dropping deeper as because he's been overlapping. He's been caught out quite a bit this game. Ogbonna, Balbuena, Soufal on the right. I'd have the two holding still. Rice, Souček a tiny bit higher. Benrahma on the left. Bowen central. Push it. Purely because of his pace. I'm not joking there, because we've seen to create down there to a point, and then it all stops because Seb's getting involved there. And I'd have Seb up top.
So who would you have right? Your
mic cut out a little bit.
Fredericks. He's not. I completely understand. He is not a right mid.
I think in theory, you're right. You are right in theory. I don't think it works out that way, though.
It's a good idea, but that man cannot control the football. I like the guy.
Who are we talking about here?
But he can't control the football.
I see Fredericks.
So I just made the point, Corey.
I would have
genuinely.
With you for moving Bowen into the middle, so therefore I would put Snodgrass there. Maybe do a double sub.
Maybe. I made the point very quickly, Corey. I made the point that we should switch to a 4-2-3-1, have Cresswell stop overlapping and play deeper, stick with the same back four, Rice and Souček maybe a tiny bit higher, Benrahma on the left, Bowen central, because he's the one driving the whole time, so it doesn't matter really where he's playing.
Yeah.
And then Fredericks, I made the point that Fredericks I'd have on the right. Snodgrass is an option there. I'd go with Fredericks purely because of the pace, because all you need is a driving play.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it's a good idea.
A bit of defensive stability. Yeah, it's never going to happen, but Snodgrass is another option. And Sebastian Haller up top.
It would be a good idea because it would force Sebastian Haller a bit further up, and he could try and use a bit of his movement. That I think he does get underrated. He does have decent striking movement. He just doesn't have the pace, and that's just always the issue. If you can get
still up top.
What we need is two quick players to cut inside alongside or above him. Really.
That's it. And that's the Fredericks and Benrahma that I was going for.
Bowen's shown he's quite effective actually centrally, and that's
and that's why I said Bowen
I
central.
Think as much, I think Fredericks would need to be trained to be going forwards a little bit. So if they've not been doing that, I think he would naturally try and slot in as a right bloody wing back.
He got to deal with though.
So
he doesn't have a solid left back to deal with, and the left back for the record isn't offering much attacking wise.
We can't get that.
It's Emerson. It's not Chilwell. It's Emerson. His job is he hasn't done much this game. He hasn't had much to do at the end of the day. So you have to change things up.
I think what Moyes has looked at here is he's sort of seen that obviously Noble in the side, Fornals in the side. They should have seen before the game, to be honest. They don't have that pace. They can't drive forward with the ball. He tried to push Soufal and Cresswell a little bit further up. That does leave us vulnerable though on the counter. That means you do have to take that risk. So you are bang on, Angus. If he brings on like a Benrahma and in theory a Fredericks, then you could be a little bit more reserved. And that has worked against Leeds, where Cresswell and Soufal they did get forward, but not all the time. But again, I'm not convinced.
First, fundamentally, I can't see David Moyes being that fucking ambitious.
Oh no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
He'll bring on Lanzini and Yarmolenko.
I think Lanzini's injured.
Yeah.
Or is it Lanzini injured? I swear I saw him on the bench.
No, he's injured, mate.
In that case, it probably wouldn't surprise me then if Lanzini was possibly meant to start then, and that's why they put Noble in as a number 10.
I think Lanzini in this game has massively affected it a lot more than Nobes has. Clearly in a more advanced positions.
I think if we see a double sub at halftime, that's the most ambitious David Moyes will get, and it'd be a Fornals and a Noble that in the ideal scenario, because again, it's another game where we see Fornals doing all the defensive work in the world. He's having to cover for Cresswell. It's almost like we should be starting Fornals at left back and Cresswell at left mid. That's what it feels like.
That's the funny thing because Fornals doesn't have that pace. Like Moyes has clearly said, right, Cresswell, you create the overlap, you create the width, and obviously in a side that's so frustrating because your attacking player should be the guy to beat someone, and you're having to risk something to get something out of the game. So, guys, really rinsing Noble here. I rate him.
But that's the thing, though. He's playing in a 10.
I've personally not been rinsing Noble. I said he's not actually been that bad.
I don't think we've rinsed Noble.
Been that bad. He's not had a good thing, and he is sort of the piece that needs to be, in my opinion, taken out in order to change things up correctly. Because are you going to take off Souček? Are you going to take off Rice? Fuck no. Unless you are suggesting to take off Rice or Souček, in which you be my guest if you want to do that.
yeah. If you want to lose the game, just take off one of them. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've underestimated Chelsea a little bit. We have to make those attacking decisions. So whether we will or not, I imagine Moyes will keep it the same until probably 65, 70 if it's still the same scoreline. Bring them on.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen. 71st minute, Yarmolenko is going to come on for Bowen for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Then he's going to think, fuck it, and bring Benrahma on for Cresswell with 2 minutes to go. And then just to fuck things up, he's going to bring on David Martin for the last minute to go, there you are, son, have a run out. And bring David Martin on goal for Fabianski.
By the way, where did Charles go? Did he just...
he's something about boarding a plane to Switzerland. That's another Simpsons reference. That's three and a half, that is.
God, I hope we change it. I really do.
What, change references? Should I switch to Family Guy?
No, you'll never change references, mate. It's definitely not you.
You can tell you don't when the game's gone to shit when I'm sat here just.
It's an odd game. It's an odd game to watch. I've got to be honest. It is a bit like, oh, okay. We thought we were getting something. Obviously, a few days leading up to it, we haven't got it.
So wait, you think you're getting something, then you don't get it. You're basically describing you're describing Christmas this year. We think we're getting Christmas. Then Boris says no, even though he had the data for a week and didn't want to do it because he wouldn't look popular. Yeah, great. Whatever. Sorry to get political, guys, but basically, Corey, West Ham is basically, as West Ham fans, we should be prepared for Christmas this year. Because we used to basically being fucked around over Christmas. No Boxing Day fixtures at home and stuff like that.
We did have a box. Didn't we have a box? Yeah, first time, no one's there. Yeah,
that is part of this massive conspiracy. Is that we finally got a home Boxing Day fixture, but because of COVID, we can't go. Of course, damn you, Karen Brady is conspiring with Bill Gates, and all that, cats living with dogs. What was the Ghostbusters quote that Bill Murray has? That quote, that is what's going on now. West Ham would have had a home Boxing Day fixture, the first one we've had since I can remember. But no, we're not allowed.
Since we moved to the stadium, that's what we would have had.
Before that, we didn't have a Boxing Day fixture at the last season at the Bollin, I think, at home. I think the last Boxing Day fixture we had.
You take that with a pinch of salt. Because invariably we had it. It was because we didn't have one this time because something to do with Boxing Day sales, which is so West Ham.
But we had it. We were scheduled in to have a home Boxing Day fixture this season. 100 million.
No, we were. That's correct. It was Brighton.
We are sorry, but we're not able to go.
Oh look, 2:00, lads. 2:00.
I'm loving Angus is clearly in a warmer climate. He's wearing shorts.
Well, by the way, everyone watching, we're going to be doing the Watchalong for the West Ham Brighton game, 2:00 on the 27th. If any of you lads are around, I know it is Christmas.
Is that the next game for us?
Yeah, it's 27th and 29th, I think.
I will be having some more special beer delivered specifically for that game as well, lads.
They're showing Yarmolenko. I don't know if that means he's coming on.
I just think the cameraman likes him.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Sexy beast.
Don't worry, lads. I've got a little surprise.
Just trying to scare Frank Lampard because he's giving him nightmares about the last time he came.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, good image of Yarmolenko just coming up to him and going, like pulling like the childish.
That's the thing. I really don't like Chelsea. Honestly, genuinely don't. But that's last year. You saw the tactical naivety, how we were able to take on the counter. It's not the same this time. It just isn't.
Yeah. No, Frank Lampard has learned from some of the best managers around. I personally, I don't like the guy. I think what I would say is that I think he was a better West Ham player than people give him credit. But ultimately, he became a better player at Chelsea, and he was an arsehole to us, and we should hate him. But on the other thing, I've never really been too bothered by Chelsea, if I'm honest with you.
I really don't like him. I don't know what
And
it is.
to a less on a personal level, John Terry. But other than Lampard and Terry, I've not really had too much of a problem with Chelsea. I'm not bothered by him. The only teams that I'm bothered by really are Spurs and Sheffield United. And
Still can't believe that goal was
fans,
just allowed for us.
their fans.
Yeah, we should have. I feel like. I mean, we definitely should have had that goal.
I've just watched it back, and it's like he's completely tripped himself up.
All right, back in a second, lads. I've got a little present for you.
Sounds ominous.
Oh,
It's nice.
Christmas present.
What? You telling me we've got another Christmas present on top of that quiz tomorrow? That's going to be.
Oh God, please, enough.
I can't
Don't
take
need any more
too
from
much,
Dennis.
too much Christmas. Too much Christmas.
Unchanged for the second half, ladies and gentlemen. I can see them walking out now.
Interesting. What's the present, Dennis?
If you were to say this was £4, I would say 9.
Scared everyone off.
Oh, for God's sake.
This Steinhaus is back here.
Yeah, we're down to 0 viewers now.
Massive, yeah.
Looks like Moyes is.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
How do you not make any
changes? It looks like he's going for the let's wait until we're 2-0 down before we make
honestly,
well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Guys, I hate being right. And I hate to say I told you so. But I told you so. I told you.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'll tell you what. No matter how well we're doing in the league,
so we all know.
West Ham never gets old.
Yeah. Well, it's like you say, Dennis. You're telling us what we already know.
I'm only telling you what you already know.
Spot on, mate.
Come on, you irons. Let's go, boys.
Fredericks and Ben Rama next to each other on the bench. They're both in tears, I reckon.
God, what's Moyes having a pop about?
Someone spilt his Diet Coke or something like that.
I think it was something a little bit more than that. I don't know. He was just half. Oh, I think it's because the staff are still making their way to the bench.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I'd be annoyed about that if I was a manager.
I don't think he was annoyed about it. I don't know. I just saw him speaking to the lino. Come on, boys. Come on, Crest. Take that flipping throw in. Yeah, it doesn't look like any formation changes or anything of note.
Yeah, nothing at all.
I mean, Noble's not going to last past.
Bit negative here.
Noble's not going to last past 60, 70.
Yeah, you can't keep playing him past 60, I'm afraid.
Moyes will find a way.
Yeah, he's playing as almost like a second striker in this press, which is just a bit odd to watch, but
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Like alongside Allaire.
strange.
Oh, God, Kante away. It's a good tackle, Balbuena. Well done, son. Oh, one of you! Fucking 4 nows. Excuse my language. Excuse my French.
God. That's really poor.
It's just so, like, it's just...
Both of them so slow, they can't win the ball quick enough. It's like...
Just one of you.
keep him, man.
It's trouble with Fornals. Like he's so he puts in so much effort, and I get that, but he just makes a lot of mistakes. He makes a lot of mistakes.
We've sat here for I don't know how many weeks to say ball retention. Just somebody to keep the ball like for a bit longer. And I just feel sometimes with Fornals he's a bit sloppy in possession.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't help us, man. It just doesn't help us.
That's the thing. He's a passer. He's not a dribbler.
Well,
He's
that was a sensational ball to Bowen, whoever did that. That was
probably Fornals.
Sensational.
Yeah, probably.
On. Oh, a little bit late.
It was Fornals, actually. That is a great ball, and like you said, Angus, that's what he's good at doing.
Haller has a free header, but I think it goes over for a goal kick. Cresswell was a little bit late.
That is a lovely ball from Pablo Fornals.
If Cresswell was one stride ahead,
Haller!
Yeah.
Oh,
where's that going?
No, it doesn't. If Cresswell was one stride ahead, though, he probably gets that ball to Soucek instead of Haller.
Okay, it's opening up.
Why has that gone so wide? That has gone so wide. I think he's mistimed. He's mistimed it. He's mistimed the header.
I'll tell you what, I was surprised to see Cresswell get that much space on the left.
Imagine if it was Ben Rama.
Or Fred.
No, that would have been a decent ball. It's just Cresswell was a little
I
bit
hope you're
late.
not getting abused for that.
No,
That's not bad.
He gets that ball a little bit earlier and managed to put that cross in from deep. He swings it into Soucek, and we're having potentially a different story. Oh, straight across goal. Fabianski's been clattered into there.
Corey and I just absolutely love
David Martin.
No, I'm just laughing because every time
David Martin, as much as I love Fabianski, I just want to see David Martin play another game.
Every time I see Jared Bowen, he's constantly trying to hit a switch pass. Like he's definitely been told by Moyes, switch the play as quick as you can, catch Chelsea out.
I absolutely love David Martin. Come on.
Can you imagine? That would be so nice.
It won't be. It'd be Randolph.
Obviously, you wouldn't want Fabianski injured, but he's just come to whack from Timo Werner.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of special.
He is a big boy, is Timo Werner.
Yeah.
You know what would happen though?
It's nothing malicious. It's just
interesting though, that run up. You've got Abraham on the far right, and only Timo Werner in the box.
Ooh.
Fabianski is down for treatment here. They will just put Randolph
is warming up, but we need to bring the goat on. We need to bring
Martin is made.
There he is. He's a beautiful man, isn't he?
What? Who?
David Martin.
No, it's
just for nostalgia.
No. Okay, joking aside, I thought this wasn't serious.
I think he's done his ankle. He's done his ankle. You see?
He's gone over it.
Give Werner a red card and a 6-match ban.
Unfortunately, it's not his fault at all.
Liverpool fans.
Come on, Fab.
Yeah, he's all right. He's a tough commie.
He'll be all right. Look, Chilwell.
He's a tough commie bastard, is he? Comrade Lucas.
Come on, you.
Do you know what? I completely forgot myself. I nearly went, Chilwell ran it off, and then I remembered he got taken off for Emerson. So
there have been a lot of ankle injuries over the last couple of weeks.
It's a bit different as a goalie. It's a little bit.
Well, yeah, you're right. He should be all right. Look, he's trying to run it off.
Yeah, I think he's just running it off.
But what I would say is that potentially he could be injured, ruled out after the game, because obviously you lose jumping strength on your ankle if you have it could be something like one of his metatarsals or something.
No,
it could end up bruising.
I remember a school football match. I fractured a metatarsal, and I thought it was just bruised, so they stuck me in goal because we didn't really have a goalie. And yeah, I am 5'6". Is
that because you accidentally kicked the post?
No. I went in for a slide tackle when the player ran over me and stamped on the foot. It was quite nasty, actually. He got a yellow.
I love how you just had to throw in that. It was actually quite nasty.
It was a district cup game. This guy was a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you too, Harrison Heath. I went in goal. I conceded twice, but it wasn't bad considering I couldn't touch the crossbar. So, but we didn't actually have a goalie that day. Our goalie didn't turn up, so we stuck one of our reserve defenders in goal. And then they were like, "Fuck, you want to play left back because Dennis can't kick a football right now?" And I went in net. So
did they say that before or after the injury?
I just didn't feel it. And then went for an X-ray the next day, and it was like, "Oh, you fractured your metatarsal." So, yeah.
In other news, Fabianski
Glad
is
you've recovered.
okay.
But no, what I'm saying is, as a goalie, even if you have injured your ankle or foot, you probably could carry on for the rest of the game, and so that's one to look at. You might be out later on.
Well, I mean, Dennis, this is the genius of Moyes putting 2 keepers on the bench. He knew the situation would arise.
He knew what was going to happen.
And Fabianski, and bring on Randolph and Martin.
God,
and knowing how that goes, they'll clash heads trying to save the same shot, and then we'll have no goalkeepers and only one sub.
And then our under-23s are all isolated, so we basically got no keepers until January.
I thought that was a joke.
No, it's genuine, according to X. Anyway,
what was this?
I'll be honest with you, I thought that was a wind-up on the group earlier.
No, it's a genuine, it's on the Patreon.
Our under-23s were isolating.
It's a genuine problem we have. Apparently, a few of our...
That would be it. We'd take off Noble and Fabianski being injured. Bring on Martin and Randolph, who then concuss each other trying to save the same shot.
Enough.
And then we don't have any under-23 goalkeepers because they're isolating. So we have to play that 16-year-old Hungarian kid who turns out to be the best goalie of all time since Lev Yashin. All part of the Moyes plan.
I'm not going on, but we got a corner.
Dennis is just chatting shit because
that sums up this game, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the reason why I've been talking load of shit is because there's not really been a lot going on.
When you see it, and Creswell plays that ball.
Creswell's in my fantasy team.
He's trying to play that ball across, and obviously Fornals nor Allaire have got that real genuine pace to kind of get onto the end of it. So I guess it's kind of frustrating. That is unfortunate.
Oh, in the corridor of uncertainty. Go on, lads. I think a free kick to Chelsea has been given for no apparent reason.
Because they've got Abraham down in the box, or
someone
down the box.
They've got a defender down, and I think Haller breathed on him or something, and yeah.
Oh, really?
Come on.
I don't actually know what happened there.
Bit silly, I don't know. Probably for the first ball in.
I think Zuma got elbowed by his own player, and then Bonner went on over the top of him. You know.
Yeah, he did get a bit of a. That's.
He just got a bit of clattering on the way down.
Yeah, he just got. I mean, Bonner landing on top of you.
I mean, no, I'm not trivialising it at all. It's not nice, but.
No, I agree. I think it's soft, but whatever. Doesn't really come to anything.
Honestly, we have to.
Go on, Jared.
We've got to test Chelsea more than this if we want something from the game.
We need to bring a sub on, an attacking sub.
It's screaming for a sub. It's just screaming for one.
Yeah, but you have to understand we are managed by Scotland's answer to Mr. Bean.
Well, we're managed by someone who's contractually obligated not to bring on anyone before the 80th minute.
I think they're there for the taking, Chelsea.
Oh, that is a bad cross from Chelsea. Timo Werner.
You've got Thiago Silva playing past the halfway line. I mean, you would just bring Ben Rama on, wouldn't you?
It's got to be.
From the way that Chelsea are playing, I think they feel that West Ham can't hurt them either. I think that's the kind of thing that we need to be a bit switched on about.
I'm going to say it again, but like I'm not having a go at him, but Noble is not really offering anything.
No, that's what we said. That's what we said, man.
Oh, Jared. Oh, okay, Jared was trying to do everything on his own, and I think we've just shithoused the corner. Thank you, Sean Massey.
We do have a corner.
Thank you, Sean Massey. Thank you.
I'm just watching this attack unfold.
Seb did well there to win that ball.
Good from Allaire. Good from...
I beg we make subs, though. Oh, my God.
We have to.
Bowen's on the ball, lads. First time we got a corner while Bowen is taking it.
Interesting.
Cresswell's taking all the others.
They're both lefties, though, aren't they?
No. Bowen's on his right. It doesn't.
No, Bowen's a lefty. Bowen's a lefty.
Both been swinging, though, haven't they? If it's Cresswell or Bowen, because they're lefties.
Oh, hang on.
Oh God, I got excited.
Zuma was just too big.
Let's see what's happened.
If Zuma wasn't such a tall bastard, he wouldn't be getting it. I'm saying
Noble with the.
Oh God.
Just as I was saying that he does nothing, or has
exactly.
was it does nothing, but isn't providing enough.
Look at that press. Beautiful. Beautiful.
You know it's working.
Come on.
We need these subs now, though. We need these subs.
It's
I'm not
100%.
talking about the Bloodhound, but I'm not talking about the Bloodhound gang. That was a bad touch.
Come on.
And we've won the free kick. That bit of pressing play was the best bit of West Ham play, arguably, in 2 weeks.
Honestly, what it was Mark Noble's foraging for the ball, getting the ball off of Bowen, which should have been a free kick, really, looking at that. Fucking hell. Oh, I think it's been given. Okay.
No, it is. Yeah, it is.
We've got
definitely
lads, I don't mean to alarm you, but we have another free kick.
I hope we just.
I think I'm ahead of you now.
Didn't I say at the beginning we're just playing?
Don't tell him.
No, Charles, I don't think I was paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Bowen as well, though.
What are you two?
Well, we're screaming for a corner, but he's given a free kick.
I'm 58-40.
Yeah, I'm
like
like
2
2
seconds.
I'm 2 seconds behind you, Angus.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck
Connor is
happened there.
absolutely raging there.
He has no reason to be. That was a goal kick.
To be fair, I think Bonner was just trying it.
Yeah, of course he would.
Absolutely raging.
Look,
Come on, bring a sub on.
Please.
Come on, boys. It's the 60th minute. It's your time to shine.
I just think if we're relying on set pieces to beat Chelsea, it's just too much because they are very, very good in the air.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about relying on set pieces. Okay, sorry, because I was about to say we rarely beat Chelsea. Moyes has never beaten Chelsea at Sheffield.
I know, that's crazy.
It was an anomaly, really. So I don't care if we have to rely on set pieces. I just want to fucking win games of football. That's why I argue with the Sam Allardyce thing. It was that with Sam Allardyce, it wasn't the style of play. It was the fact that it didn't work. If Sam Allardyce's style of play meant we won more than we lost, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Still doesn't work by the result of the other night.
Yeah,
to be fair, mate, you'll never relegate that man. I thought he was done at Sunderland. I thought Sunderland, I was like, nah, he's done. And somehow he kept that team up.
Yeah, he is a living legend.
He's just amazing at doing that. But again, with Allardyce, it was the fact that it was the same tactic where we concede twice in the last 5 minutes and wonder why it doesn't work.
At what point, if you're David Moyes, does it go through your mind that maybe it might be a smart idea to have fresh legs on the pitch?
When someone holds a gun to your head and says, Dave, I'm going to shoot you if you don't make a sub.
That won't make him make a sub. He'll literally die happy knowing that he hasn't made a sub.
This is what I'm saying. Alan Irvine should be our in-game manager, and David Moyes do all the other stuff.
He didn't make too many subs either.
David Moyes can just make the excuses for the board, which is effectively what he's employed to do.
Come on, don't be silly.
Well, I remember Irvine brought on Snodgrass at halftime, and 2 minutes later he scored a goal. That was an interesting game. That one.
Didn't we absolutely get spanked in that game? As well?
That was the Everton one, yeah.
I was going to say.
We'll ignore that bit, Des.
David Sullivan was bitching about having to pay 50 grand for that game.
God, yeah.
Yeah, the flights.
It's like, mate, well, why do you own a football club, you fucking parasite?
Just making a point about Noble. I know X said something about potentially entering contract discussions with him in January. I just don't see why. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I love him.
I think the contract will be a different one. It'll be something like less terms because you get less money because you're playing less games. But we're going to put you on these coaching courses.
I don't mind him being in and around the squad. I don't mind him being in and around the squad at all. But I mean, just as a player,
it's going to be like a 1 year deal to be like, look, Mark, we're probably going to need you. we're probably going to need to make up the squad. But ultimately, look, let's put you towards coaching qualifications. So we're going to have to reduce your weekly salary, improve your appearance bonuses, but we will we will fund these courses and that course.
Not a goal. Sorry, I've just seen Ben Rama warming up. Yeah, I'm really bad. Sorry, boys. That's not good.
I thought you were celebrating Seb Haller's successful pass.
Trust me, if the ball's in the back of the net for us, I'll be celebrating a lot more than that.
On the Noble.
Oh my God, you're celebrating more that Fornals is getting taken off than.
No.
And it was blocked very well.
Oh God,
that would have been class.
I'm telling you, Mendy was not getting that. He was flat foot. Okay, maybe he was. Sorry, I'm. No.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying enough attention. Sorry.
I wasn't really jumping out of my seat for that one.
Nah.
It's a good strike. But it's just hit straight at Azpilicueta.
Every game, Pablo Fornals does have that exact type of chance.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't chalk him down as a.
So you think?
Oh.
Peter's out to nothing, lads.
Oh. Can't get a corner from it at least or something.
No, his ball's back with Fabianski now, mate.
Is that no? It ain't.
Yeah,
100% with Fabianski.
It's with Fabianski from where we are, blimey.
Yeah, we haven't lost possession for the record. Oh no, Timo.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, Werner's just absolutely mashed it up there. Excuse me.
I'm not that far beyond. But it's good he's bringing Ben Rama on and the positives.
Sebastian Haller, right wing. You love
right wing.
Doesn't surprise me. No, yeah, watch this.
Yeah,
well, now it's playing striker.
You're going to get your wish of Fredericks centre forward.
Ogbonna centre mid. Suchek cam. Noble left mid.
Why is he on the wing?
Fredericks' first touch ends up in fucking Fulham's football ground.
That is so bad. Watch Noble and Cresswell here.
Oh, fucking. Oh, it was painful.
I can't wait to see this.
Any other outcome could get.
That is all Noble's fault.
It's back with Fabianski. Now that is the West Ham way: being attacking and 4 seconds later being back of your goalkeeper.
Oh my God, Noble! I think it actually pains me to watch Noble run back. I don't know whether you're watching that, but oh my God, it was like watching like a slug sprint.
Go on, deal with that. Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's the pace thing. It's the pace thing in open play as well. We just can't. He's never really had pace, but he just seems to be sort of getting slower and slower.
No, he's never been a pace man, but especially when Cresswell was bombed up there.
Never.
Sebastian Haller. Oh, it's so frustrating to watch sometimes.
Still better than Fredericks.
I thought you were given a break today, Angus.
Yeah, but I said unless it's his own fault and he was offside.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, to be
Ben Rama is about to come on. It looks like, but as is. It was number 17 for
Kovacic.
He was offside. Okay.
On for
more attacking option.
Jorginho.
Yeah. So Kovacic on for Jorginho, and Said Ben Rama on for Pablo Fornals, which is
really he didn't take Noble off.
That's the second best substitution he could have made.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't play I don't know why he doesn't play Fornals
Yeah.
and Ben Rama on the right.
Well,
I think Noble had to come off.
Fredericks for Noble next. Don't worry.
Let's hope so.
David Martin for Seb Haller.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd be disappointed if Noble plays a full 90. I just don't think that's.
I don't think he's got it in him, does he?
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
think he's got 90.
Well, he doesn't, but also
It doesn't matter
he hasn't done anything really.
David Moyes' delusion makes him think. Ben Rama's on the ball.
Had an effect on the game.
He's touched the ball twice. Oh, great!
Oh my God!
Noble to,
I just saw
beautiful.
Just saw Soufal's terrible clearance.
No, Noble should be. They've just played advantage. No, Rice should have stopped that right then and there for us to whip a ball into the box.
100%.
That's a great
It's
ball.
just awareness. It's awareness. Ben Rama could have whipped that in, or Soufal on their right.
Referee.
Oh, to be fair,
That is not an advantage.
Noble's just done 2 good balls there, to be fair. Let's just give him credit.
He's getting into dangerous positions half the time, which is all right. But, to be fair, we haven't been that bad.
We're slowing up our own
We've seen
counter,
him
though.
make about.
Oh, Sebastian Haller.
Oh,
Very nice touch.
Beautiful touch. That was biblical. Go on. Oh, it's beautiful ball if it crest well. Go on. Peterson.
Good from Ben Rama, as always. Just in the spaces. It's awareness.
He just got blocked down or closed down very well there.
Yeah, by their best holding midfielder, Mason Mount.
I'll tell you what, we're seriously starting to open up Chelsea's defence. Like, if we can just get
they get so many bodies back, don't they, Chelsea? And it's like, every single time you have to take those chances when you can get in behind.
And all it takes is one quick counter.
Look how much freedom Creswell had on that left-hand side as well. It should be something we should be trying to target.
Werner's had a shocking game, to be fair. He could have taken advantage of this so much more than he has. Some of these runs from him have been absolutely horrific.
Yeah, Werner's been pretty terrible.
I don't think he realised he could just take on some of our players for fun.
I think it's lack of confidence, isn't it? He said the other day that he struggled to kind of adapt.
He speaks really good English.
I'm saying this, but this plays into my theory of us allowing players to go into it. He'll probably now get the second goal for Chelsea and kill off the game, just like Torres did in 2011.
He plays so deep, though. Like, I don't think Lampard even really knows what to do with him.
Oh, we got lucky there. Werner just slipped at the perfect moment and Bonner gave him the fucking ball.
Look forward to seeing that.
First mistake I've seen Bonner make in about a season and a half, to be fair.
If this is any other game, Sebastian Haller would be looked at and people would be saying he's had a really good game because he has. But
it's not the right game, mate.
It's just not, is it?
He's done better. Angus, he's done better than, as we both agree, would the reasonable football fan would expect of him in this game. However, ultimately, we need to have players available that can play in these type of games, which is why, let's say if we had Josh King as a third option or as a winger that could turn striker, Josh King would be so much more suited playing.
Antonio when he's fit.
Mickey would have.
Mickey would be a no-brainer.
I'm not saying that we would be level or
we'd be winning this game. I think we would.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, because we could have stretched it enough. The game we could have stretched it enough.
We could have stretched it enough to make sure that one of these chances may have gone in, is what I would say. Because you can't say for certain, really, that a player... I mean, Mickey is good, but he is not that massive, monstrous level above the rest of our players. Oh. It's not like you're going to bring in fucking prime Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo to play up top.
Well, he's retired, isn't he?
No, what I'm saying is...
Yeah, he wouldn't be too good now, would he?
Isn't that much, Antonio, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. I think it's hard. It's hard against Chelsea. It's like, you can't commit too many men forward as well. That's the problem.
Benrahma's got to push that. He's got to push.
Is that your mate Luke chatting about Mickey Flanagan for no apparent reason?
He's talking about, because you're talking about Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, Mickey Flanagan. I was on about Mickey Blue Eyes, really, but yeah. Thank you, Fabianski.
They're getting behind.
We nearly conceded.
It was very soft save, but Fabianski did what was needed. But we're in trouble again.
Oh my God, Sofal. What the hell is he doing there?
Highlight of the game.
What a tackle. I think that was Ben Rama coming back.
That was beautiful.
Oh, God, Sofal's had a nightmare.
Angus, you're closer to the screen than me.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Yes. So I was just seeing the blonde hair, and I was like, "That's got to be."
Oh, Benny Rama, get in! Great tackle.
That's enough for. I think Moores will look at that. That's enough for him defensively.
To have him. It's well documented on this channel, but I had my concerns with Ben Rama. My concerns have been placated from what I've seen so far. However, I can also understand that Moyes wasn't necessarily
You're wrong.
He wasn't the player that Moyes wanted, So
No, he wasn't. I
therefore,
mean, that is the thing, isn't it? Like
and that's why I said where the problem with it is that he won't have a problem leaving him on the bench and bringing him
Oh,
on.
what a ball, Jack.
Oh my God, that's a thing of fucking beauty. It's just such a shame.
Come on,
Whoever
good
that
ball,
was.
good ball.
Kufau high, it's forgivable.
Bit high. Come on, I feel like we can
Whoever
get
says-
something here.
Whoever says
deserve
Declan Rice
them.
can't pass, actually get in the bin because he can whip balls all over the pitch.
You can, but what I meant
That's
was
an absolute
initially,
thing.
Charles,
Oh.
initially.
Oh,
Come on.
oh.
Oh,
One of those
good
games,
catch by the keeper. Good catch by the keeper in the end. Fucking,
boys.
why couldn't Kepa be playing for them today?
Yeah, I would
I'll
love
tell you what, we need a
Mendy
Kepa,
is
yeah.
such a better goalie.
Or check.
Yeah.
Ben Rama just gets his head too far under it.
Wasn't it? Am I correct in
Oh.
thinking that Pellegrini scouted Mendy and Sullivan said no?
I think so.
Yeah, that was right. That was true, actually.
But
2 million we could have got him for.
if we had signed him, he wouldn't have ended up the keeper he was. So
It's so frustrating.
Man.
We're creating chances,
Oh,
but again,
beautiful.
they're just.
We're just not being clinical. And to be fair, like the chances we're creating are sort of half chances.
They're
They're
tough.
not really clear cut.
The problem is you've got, Aspilicueta, he's kind of coming into a bit of a back three. It's hard. There's not enough space.
Oh,
What's happened now?
delightful little ball from Ben Rama, but nobody on it.
I know. He's really,
God.
really done
Right.
well since he come on.
We have not had a shot on target yet.
I know.
Oh,
It does make you look at this game and you see Ben Rama come on and what he's doing, and even in the defensive elements of his game, the offensive elements, and I think, why on earth does he not start? It's just,
Over Noble.
I just don't get it. I just don't understand.
The one thing I say is that on the basis of it, I can understand the logic of wanting to flood the midfield. I can understand the logic. It's more just, was Noble the right option, unbalanced? And also then you mean you've got Fornells on the left instead of Ben Rama. Ben Rama's come on and done more than Fornells has done all game. I'm sorry, it's true. So why don't you compromise with Moyes' philosophy and also make a second change and drop Fornells and start Ben Rama?
I think Yarmo definitely needs to come on for Noble because I'd love to see either Bowen or Ben Rama.
Well, Yarmo, again. Early article I did for the West Ham Way. Yarmo playing as a fucking number 10 is where he got most of his fucking goals for Dortmund. So
I suppose the argument would be he's not very mobile.
For 15 minutes, give it a fucking go. Just shove him up there.
that's not a bad shout actually, because it compensates for his lack of pace.
10,
Yeah.
When he came on for Spurs, came on almost as like that false 9 as a central player.
Yeah, that's a good shout actually. I'd say him
Having
centrally.
not balls across, I mean, his ball control. Probably the best thing about Yarmolenko, I would say, is his ball control. Better than his crossing, better than his shooting, and certainly better than his pace. So
Oh, here we go.
What's going on?
Here we go.
Is Yarmo coming on?
No.
Oh,
Good defending.
Well stood up and a good backflip as well.
Well excited there.
The
God,
problem is as
Werner.
well, Ben Rama.
I think it was the inevitable Werner masterclass, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about Bueno getting sucked in.
It's a great tackle from Sofal.
And a great
Sofal.
backflip.
Sofal's not happy with the
Class
position
tackle.
in there.
Thing is, very quickly, Ben Rama isn't a left mid either, and he's also not a cam. He needs that space just between the middle of the pitch and the edge of the box on the left hand side. That's where he's best, almost as a left attacking mid. And it's just our formation, and it doesn't
It's
seem to. We
personnel,
don't
isn't it?
quite seem to have it right with him at the moment. Constantly dropping deep and playing on the touchline and not having the space to move in. So I don't know.
Come on, boys, running out of time now. Come on, Moyes, bring on someone else for Noble, please.
This is a tough watch. Can't win that.
Even play him up top in the front too, Yama and Haller, see what they can do. They're actually similar styles. It'd be interesting to see what they can do together. working off each other because they're both lethal. So I don't know.
I think if we can get an outlet, because obviously Alaire's playing a little bit deeper here. We just need someone just to stay on that high line. Chelsea.
It's one of the, I keep saying that if we as fans watch, you could see it, but Moyes is watching the game live and goes, "Oh no, don't do that."
Oh, it's 2-0.
No.
It's 2-0. Yeah. That's what you get.
That's offside.
I thought it was offside, but
It's 2-0.
Werner 2-0. Abraham. Abraham.
Oh,
So now David Moyes will change it.
So it wasn't Werner who scored, but
no, it was
Oh
a
my
Werner
God.
assist. All the space to move in, typical like.
We've got the Chelsea fan Marlon in the
Oh,
comments.
absolutely switched off. Completely and utterly
Yeah.
switched off.
Yeah, he's onside. Cresswell playing him onside. That is what happens when you're not proactive in a game, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we've had our chances. Listen, we've had our chances. We can't sit here and moan like that. Chelsea have got enough.
No, proactive in terms of substitutions.
Yeah.
Ogbonna sells himself for that first header, and then nobody's. Oh my God, Ogbonna and Balbuena. To be fair, it's just in no man's land for that ball.
Well, whose man is it? Creswell or Bonner? Either or, they need to track.
To be
him.
fair, no. Well,
Let's be honest. It's been on the cards for a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's been common. It's not like we're under the cosh,
But this is a game we'd lose.
I
to.
just feel like we had at points we had the impetus. Do you know what I mean? We were creating, and if he made the right subs at the right time, we could have capitalised.
Corey, mate, I said it as soon as we came on. Like, I think we've rode our luck for a while. I think we got unlucky in other games. We're due a loss.
We are, and it's just.
And I said that about United, but losing
3-0.
3 fucking nil.
Tammy again.
My prediction was
It's getting
3-0.
embarrassing now.
My prediction
3-0?
was 3-0. Yep, 3-0 Tammy again.
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's all over the place.
Oh, look at the back stick. Back stick. No one on him. No one tracks him. Pathetic. Switched off. That's just concentration. That's just concentration for both. Out of position and just.
I mean, Moyes had a risk with this formation coming into it, and it's
Yeah.
To be fair, when I saw the
certainly
lineups,
not paid off at all.
I'm hoping Corey and Angus verify this. I think it's when we came on air. I did say 3-0.
I'm just really.
I don't even remember.
I've got WhatsApp messages. I sent it to another my mate's work, like my mate's football chat group. I predicted 3-0 because they predicted 2-1 to Chelsea. I said, "Now it'll be 3."
This happened against United. They scored and we just fell apart and we just weren't concentrating and we were pressing and we did the same. I agree. Charles hits it bang on. We had to try and take risks in this game 100%.
Exactly.
Things like that. I mean, it just lapses in concentration. And Chelsea, with the players that they can get forward, capitalise. 3-0 is really harsh, I think, actually. I know they've taken it.
No, it's not. It's definitely is harsh on our players.
Yeah.
But on the management, it's not. You can't say that. You can't say that. Well, the player on the ball is Mark Noble, who hasn't started a game in God knows how long, and he's on the pitch in the 80th minute against a top 4 team. You just can't. And he's playing a number 10.
I don't want to turn this into Arsenal fans' TV, but ultimately,
That's my
Angus, Angus.
That's the last thing you got to do.
Oh, slow down. Angus, everything you said is 100% correct, but as much as I really can easily blame Moyes because he did have at least a couple of other options. If the board had signed players that he wanted to sign, had more than a paper-thin squad of 20 senior players, 3 of which are goalkeepers, I don't think we would be in
both, though.
No, but
it's both, though, isn't it?
Of course, exactly. There's never one person.
But the buck has to stop with the parasites that run this football.
Well, yeah, of course, but we all know that. That's common knowledge. The one thing is, it's never one player to blame. All the goals, there have been individual errors. In terms of game management, there's been errors. In terms of the board, there's been errors. We all know that, but I'm just pointing out the obvious here, which is that Mark Noble is still playing. Now, this is not to call out Mark Noble. He's just one player that shouldn't still be on that football pitch after 82 minutes. And it's literally the metaphor for the way that we've treated this game from the formation to
I mean, to take a back step, Angus, when we said about maybe bringing Yarmo on for him and playing him as a number 10
Surely not 4-0.
even up top.
No, I don't think it is.
Would one or both of those goals have happened if we had been a little bit more, had another body up there attacking them? Would they have been as adventurous? So this is where I wholeheartedly agree.
Exactly.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I am not disputing what you're saying with the management. Trust me, as much as I praise the management when it works, I criticise the management when it doesn't. But ultimately, nothing will fucking change.
Guess who's watching? Guess who's watching in the stands?
Keep
your eyes on your screens, boys. Keep your eyes on your screens.
Well, it's
Mr.
obvious.
David Sullivan at Stamford Bridge.
Well, it's good he can go over to Stamford Bridge because he's definitely not welcome at London Stadium.
I wish we knew that before the game and we would have turned off the stream because that's guaranteed.
Remind me how fans can't go.
Can I just say something as well?
Remind me how no fans can go.
I agree with what you're saying, Dennis, about the recruitment. That is absolutely bang on. But in the same breath, the options were there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Play Mark Noble. It doesn't make any sense.
Like we've done well this season so far. And we've done it with a different formation and a different team. Like, why have we changed it for this particular game?
That's what I want to know. I still don't get it.
The problem is that even if the options were there for us, we are not the manager. If the manager, as much as I agree with you that he has fucked it today, and he has fucked it in the past, if you employ a manager and you don't get him the squad he needs, within reason, if he turns around and says, I want Mbappe, you go, okay, Dave, sit down. Okay? If he turns around and says, I want another top-class centre-back and I want Josh King, and you go, how about Craig Dawson?
Well, can I just say something as well? Like, we've got 4 defenders on the bench. I don't really...
2 goalkeepers.
2 goalkeepers, 4 defenders.
Okay, who are 4 defenders on the bench? You've got Fredericks, who is
Diop,
quick.
Dawson.
Okay, yeah, Diop is good enough. Do not get me wrong, Diop is good enough, 100%. But you've got Fredericks, who, take his speed away, he's a championship player. I'm sorry. You've got Dawson, less said about that, the better. And Ben Johnson, who really should be loaned out to a championship player for one season, come back, you'll be ready.
This
which
game,
is why you probably wanted another defender.
This game is an advert for why you need a plan B and why you need something else to change things up.
Plan C.
Exactly.
You need 3 plans in football.
I know we switched off.
Plan C, to quote Paul Heyman.
Look, I know we switched off for those 2 goals, but I just think throughout the game we haven't played too bad. It's just we haven't got that player. We just haven't got that player to run in behind and stretch him and hurt Chelsea. That's all it comes down to. And Chelsea have got some fantastic players.
So genuine question, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just looking to open the debate up. What player would you have brought other than starting Ben Rama, thingy? But let's just say if you're a manager and you make that choice to start this player, realistically, like Angus said at halftime, great idea trying to use Fredericks as a winger. But if he's never been trained by that, he's going to instinctively come back. We all know this. Ultimately, if Moyes is not confident or comfortable, as much as I am not a fan of David Moyes, if he is not confident or comfortable with the personnel he has, you need to look at why he doesn't have that personnel. Why he does not have
in fairness,
yeah, of course, but you've got to make he's made do with what he's got so far this season, and he's been relatively successful.
I am a fan of David Moyes. That's the frustrating thing.
He's got by relying and overplaying players who have now gotten injured, like Antonio. He's bled Ben Rama in and then dropped him inexplicably. Personally, I thought it would have made no difference whether we started him and put Fornells in their position, or I think we would have had quite a similar outcome today based on the players playing. I think today's result is a fundamental of the failure of recruitment coupled.
No, you don't need to say that. Everyone knows that. Yeah. It's just
coupled with bygone management, which is what I'm going to call it.
Look, there's 2 things to the argument, isn't there? Of course, we don't have the players to give the game plans that Moyes could use. Equally, the choice to play Noble is still bizarre. It still doesn't make any sense.
It made no sense.
It doesn't make sense. He's not athletic enough. We're a team that is purely based on transition and doing it quickly, and Noble can't do that.
We average less than 50% possession a game. You know,
Megan, no, sorry.
Do you think we get into Tottenham? I think it's over, Megan.
No,
Let's start with the fact that there's 2 minutes to go.
Angus, Charles, Corey. If that happens, what have I got to do if it happens?
What?
So if I do it, like, you know, remember I said I'd take my shirt off if Haller scores an overhead kick, so I did it. So if we come back to 3-3, what do I do?
Mate, this is over.
Look, come on, let's have some fun for the last couple of fucking minutes. Come on.
This game's dead. It literally is the deadest game I've seen.
Chelsea are taking the mick now.
It's 5:40 in the morning and I'm watching my team lose 3-0.
And we've had not much fun to be had. Target, not one shot.
Angus, did you get an early night last night, or are you going to go back to bed and all get an early night this night?
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's Tuesday morning, isn't it now? Or is it Monday morning?
It's Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
I haven't. I've stayed up all night, but if that's what you're asking, I didn't go to bed and then wake up.
I just want to understand how this is interacting with your life, the sacrifices you're making.
Oh my God, Werner.
And effectively argue with 3 people that you don't know about, argue the toss about recruitment or management.
That's the fun of it. That's the fun of it.
I just don't get the point. Like, the Noble thing is really getting on my nerves. Like, everything about his performance, I just don't see what Moyes thought he was trying to do by bringing him in. And then I could get it, right, if he was like, right, let's rest Ben Rama, let's get him fit and fresh for the Brighton game. I could even try and get it a bit. Now, let's bring him on 60 minutes because it's not working, because you played Noble from the start. You are right, though, Dennis. We do need decent recruitment in January. We do need some.
I mean, Dennis is stating the obvious in the sense that at the top we need to be different. And
it's a conversation that doesn't need to be had.
Guys, if we had not changed the team from last week, do you think we would be winning, or do you think we'd?
I think we'd be doing better.
Yeah, I think we would.
2 down instead of 3-0 down.
I think we'd be doing better, but also
as much as I don't want to be a dick, Charles, that wasn't what I asked. Sorry.
Well, I can't really answer that for you. You know, literally. You know what I mean? I can't tell the future.
Ultimately, I think Fredericks is playing right wing now. You've got your wish, Angus.
Wow.
Fredericks has just come on for Jared Bowen.
There you go.
There you go.
Call me a genius.
There you go.
Oh, this is going to be fucking funny.
Has he actually?
Yeah,
he's actually just come on for Jared Bowen. Moyes is
I called it. Now, David Moyes, if you're watching this, Alan Irvine, I'm sure, has got it up. Maybe not in the 92nd minute.
Yeah, and also fucking put it out before then.
Before we're 3-0 down.
It's also the fact that he had Yarmolenko and Snodgrass and didn't bring in one.
Yeah,
it is just just a defensive thing. I swear he's not on the pitch, though.
What I was in the middle of rambling about, sorry, lads, is that if we had started the way we started, I still maintain we would have lost purely because, let's say we went 1-0 down again, same way we did, because that wasn't Noble's fault, and the things wouldn't have been different if Ben Rama was playing, in my honest opinion. I just don't see the result changing. I see the performance maybe being a bit better, but.
Well, I mean, what I will agree with you,
we still need better reserves. We still need, if Plan A would result in a 2-0 defeat, but this is Plan B, which is a 3-0 defeat, then you need the players to ensure that Plan B at least brings a different result.
One thing I'd say is there's no shame in losing to this Chelsea side because they are very good. And I think, look, at the end of the day, we conceded that set piece early doors, which never made it comfortable for us because it meant we had to try and change it up and chase it. Inevitably, we were chasing it, and Chelsea have got some serious players that can get in behind and hurt us. So that's kind of the inevitability. I think you might be right, Dennis. We possibly could have lost this game, but
I think this is a team that we're always going to struggle against this year. Last year's Chelsea and this year's Chelsea is a bit different. They have signed some very good footballers.
But also, I think West Ham. What I will agree with you, Dennis, is that we aren't necessarily I think we have been performing in terms of the results that we've got.
100%.
I think we've definitely been found out to not be as good as we actually, like the table is
And
suggested.
we're currently, I believe, 10th in the table, which I think is perfectly fair.
Just to interrupt everything. We are one subscriber away from 5K.
Oh,
Come on, one of you do it.
Marlon, the West Ham hater. Come on, please subscribe, mate. You've given us enough stick.
Oh, he's
Do us a
definitely
favour.
not doing it.
Leslie,
He's definitely not doing it.
if you're watching, Leslie, if you are watching and you have not subscribed, if you
Right.
subscribe, I will buy you anything you want on Amazon Prime under £80. Anything.
That's very generous.
Jesus
Just a subscription.
Anything you want. New vibrator, whatever you want.
Jesus Christ.
Goodness sake. We're a family show. What is wrong with you?
She's already subscribed. Shit.
Jacob, 2 accounts. Come on, please.
Yeah, well, nice one, mate.
Not quite the right way to get to 5K, but
As long as you like every video on both accounts, it doesn't really matter too much.
that's it. Full time 3-0. Ryan Fredericks. Man of the
Brilliant.
match.
Well, let's wrap this one up in terms of a summary. I don't even know how to wrap it up, really. It was just a bit of a poor performance. Chelsea were better than us, let's be honest. I think defensively, I massively underrated them. Offensively as well, I think they cut us over.
You should now have 5K subscribers.
All right, let me check.
Let's check this.
Here we go.
And I've now got to buy stuff off Amazon.
Yep,
No.
5K.
5K.
No, it's 4,999.
Nah, mine's at 5K.
I've got 5K on mine.
Yeah, but I've got the analytics, so I know exactly what. Nah, because it will say that because it rounds up. It rounds up.
Ah, okay. No, it said 4.
Okay. Well, I just got a WhatsApp message. It's just subscribed. You owe me stuff. So
Either way, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Look, how do we? I got to be honest. Like I am obviously disappointed we've lost 3-0, but I'm not gutted. Do you know what I mean? We're going to have other games. We're going to have more winnable fixtures. You know, we have done well this season so far. Losing to Chelsea.
It's one of those ones where if things had gone differently, let's say I know he was offside. I know.
I'll check. Hold on.
Lolio, you are the MVP of the game.
I'll unsubscribe after.
Oh no, it's Marlon. It's Marlon's other account.
If Rice's goal stood, let's just say it stood for whatever bizarre reason, or if VAR had checked Bowen's.
Well done. I know.
We lost.
Can you subscribe? Subscribe, please, mate.
In other news, you're a Chelsea fan that is so sad that you celebrate by going on a random West Ham stream and commentating.
Not random,
Clearly,
mate.
you have.
Dennis, not random. 5K subscribers,
Some serious content
No.
going on. How I'm going to try and summarise this game, I've got absolutely no idea because it was probably one of the worst games I've seen this season. It was just awful. It was
No.
so
It was still a lot better than the Newcastle game.
But it was better. It was better in terms of against Newcastle we were poor.
actually attacked.
We were poor, yeah. But
we weren't even there.
in this game, it felt like we just weren't there. Like it just wasn't we had a chance.
We got what we deserved, but we played well.
So,
Yeah.
God, I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I'm trying to wrap. Very good Chelsea side. Very good Chelsea side. I actually, to be fair to me, I've underrated them a little bit in terms of how they'd set up. I think Frank got it right tonight. I think the midfielders as well, their defensive work, offensively as well. And like you've seen with Abraham and Werner, I know they don't do it often, but when teams open up against them, they can get in behind and cause some serious damage. So,
do you think that loss then was off the back of them being better than us, or us just not turning up in terms of them being better than us? Obviously, we all know that they're a better squad, but on the day, was it just because they were miles better than us off their own bat, or because we just didn't deliver? In my opinion, I don't think they were. I think for 70 minutes, we were the better team.
Here's the thing.
I wouldn't go as far as say we're the better team, but I think we had the better chances. Okay. We had the better chances and we're there, but ultimately it's a mix of both, Angus, in my opinion, mate.
What you have to take into account is the fact that for a long period of time, and in particularly first 10, 20 minutes, West Ham were very, very defensive. And like you saw in those last 10, 20 minutes when we opened up and we had to go for it, Chelsea could hurt us. I actually think Chelsea took their foot off the gas beginning of the second half. And when they saw those chances in behind in that space, they pushed up and they hurt us. And that was kind of inevitable. They are a very good side. The difference, Angus, for me is West Ham needed a guy to stretch Chelsea, and Chelsea had the players to stretch West Ham, and that's just the difference.
I think right from the starting lineup, our intent was non-existent. I think we tried to do. I think our players
Bayern Munich, thank you.
tried to do the best they could do to get a win, as always. The effort, to be fair, is like, for years we've been banging on about effort. I think I can struggle to see a game in the last God knows how long where we just haven't turned up in terms of effort. But I think there is no surprise for me from the minute that starting lineup got released to the substitutions that we haven't scored a goal. I just saw Golbish tweet, and this is what it comes down to partially. Very simple. Where is it? It's virtually if West Ham had a striker, they'd be a decent side, and that's what happens when Antonio's injured, and you don't counter for it with any pace in the rest of the squad.
We need Mickey back. And I think, but you look at the selection, like you say, Noble in the side, lack of pace, Fornals on the left, lack of pace. We do have some players that we can make it easier for ourselves. And I said, we didn't really 100%. See Bowen or Benrahma. And you look at Azpilicueta in that first half, Creswell at times got in beyond. West Ham did hurt Chelsea a little bit. And if we'd had a Benrahma there, could we have done more? Again, we could have done, but I guess Chelsea took their chances. They had more clear-cut chances than we had. The chances we had were second balls and sort of scuff shots. It wasn't easy for us to hurt Chelsea.
That Goldbridge tweet, the first reply is the best. It's unbelievable.
Is that so? He actually turned around and went.
He actually just tweeted that, and then it's that footage of is it Good Morning Britain? Or I don't know the one where the cook is like, if my grandmother had wills, she would have been a bike.
She's basically stolen Gino De Campo's job.
Yeah. No, it is Gino. It is a clip of Gino.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The thing is,
Gino gets the credit.
Gino in this, yeah.
I'll tell you what's interesting.
Give him the credit.
Is the fact that Aller didn't even have a bad game today, and it was just the nature of the striker that he is. Just wasn't the person we needed. You look at every club. Most clubs in the Premier League, they've got different game plans, different strikers that can do different things. West Ham, this current side have Aller, and we need Antonio back.
It's like on the pre-match chat, Giroud. It was a harsh decision to drop Giroud, but maybe Fat Frank has different strikers for different games.
Werner from deep as well.
Yeah, well, Tammy and Giroud played a very similar style. They are very similar players. So to answer Marlon, no, I don't think it would have been more than 3-0. No, I think going back to what Andy said, exactly, no shots on target, you get what you deserve. But out of curiosity, who do you guys think was our best player?
Tough, isn't it?
I'd say purely for his first half save, Fabianski's one of the few that can turn out and then say, you know what?
Oh, it shot straight at him.
I think Rice.
He literally shot it straight at him and went down.
I would have been man of the match in that game.
I didn't even realise he thought about that one.
Adrian Randolph would have let that one in. That's all I'm saying. But so who would have been your best West Ham player of the game?
I don't know.
I don't know. But I think for the couple of saves he made, I think that's it.
For me.
I think Jared Bowen as well was the only attacking threat that we had. So, Andy said Bowen made the wrong decision today. He had such a mammoth task, but Deck as always.
I thought Jared Bowen was quite good at times. I know he's talking about decisions and things.
Yeah, he was.
His versatility. He could have had a goal as well, lads. If we'd got a goal, I'm not saying it would have changed things, but could have just swung momentum a bit.
Apologies to derail it, but Charles, your dad makes a very good point there, and a point that worries me a little bit.
Yeah,
rushing him back, And
maybe we haven't.
Munich fans comment, fair play to you. Hope you carry on in the Champions League. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm glad we're reaching an international audience. Sorry, carry on.
Declan Rice was superb. He goes under the radar. I just mean in terms of someone trying to make something happen and hurt him. I thought Bowen was the guy, and even making that decision to come inside and pick the ball up and trying to create something. You do look at it and think, if we'd had Benrahma and Bowen on the pitch at the same time, maybe we could have. But if buts and maybes, they're a very good side.
I mean, if I'm honest, I think no player really stood out for me. If I'm honest, I don't think any player really was like above a 6 or 6.5.
No player did well I'd say with probably the exception of, and to be fair, I think it'd be really harsh to say that Noble did poorly. I just think Noble didn't offer what we needed. I don't think any player really had a bad game out there tonight for us.
Yeah, I think Ollie's spot on with them.
Low average, of course, but
I thought Balbuena actually was a bit lucky at times, to be honest. He kept coming out and trying to win that ball, and he was getting skinned a few times. I mean, I'm not saying he had a bad game, but it could have been worse for us.
Yeah, but Balbuena was a little trigger happy coming out. Is what I think we can agree.
He always is. I think it just showed more because Chelsea had players that could get him behind, and we were out of shape.
Bit of viewer service, Bertster, thank you very much, mate. I've always quite liked Brighton, always looked out for your results, especially when you took it. Especially when you took it to John Preston over the stadium move. Fucking loved that. Always liked Brighton after that, mate. So
I just
well done. And Iron, I really hope you one day play you. I really hope you we play you one day in a competitive game, but it probably ain't going to happen. So, friendly. It'll have to be a friendly.
Charles, what did you want to say?
I want to say that Ollie's got a really good point, to be fair, because I think one person that we're overlooking here that's a massive loss is Masuaku. The whole thing has... The whole reason why we've changed formations is because he's missing, and whether he wasn't really doing that great, but we know what he can do.
Well, we miss
what he does is he offers width and he offers pace and he offers a defensive outlet, which is something that we're missing.
Bang on, we miss the wing backs, don't we? Let's be honest. I've always been a fan of it since we brought it in. We look superb going forward and defensively, and when you lose that, you're asking your fullbacks to get forward and get out of position and. It's tough, and I guess you see particularly for Chelsea's goal, we're out of position trying to press, so it's not the best. Having said that, I think probably Creswell, I had nightmares at him at left back in terms of that back four. Hasn't done too bad there so far, but I think mostly because they've been a bit reserved until Moyes has asked them to push up. When we get Soufal and Masuaku back,
I'm just loving Ali Chiriatia's comment because I like the idea that maybe you're still watching the game. And he's like, no, the game's over. They didn't go.
They don't because we haven't got anyone to bring on to change.
Don't spoil it.
And again, thank you, Bayern. We appreciate that. We got time for that here, so don't you worry.
Could this be the start of a beautiful Bayern West Ham relationship?
Can we have Lewandowski, please?
We've already got a Mainz West. We've already got an FC05 Mainz West Ham link. We might as well support. We might as well add Bayern.
I'm just gonna check the subscribe account because
as long as we don't get any Kaiserslautern and Frankfurt fans, because I've been told that I have to hate them by my German friends. So
yes, 5,003. Yes, yeah. It doesn't matter. West Ham lost.
I would like to personally thank. Obviously, I said earlier, Leslie confirmed that she had subscribed. Luke Doyle also told me he's subscribed. So thank you, mate, if you're still watching. I'm not buying you £80 worth.
You
of stuff.
do.
Leslie,
You owe her. You owe her.
Mate. Well, no. I'll get Leslie because I promised Leslie, but Luke tried to jump on. But yeah, thank you, Andy.
Okay. What a journey! So when I started in June with my piddly little video that was terrible, by the way, we were on 3,000 something or another. And at the end of the year before Christmas, we've hit 5K and just over. Thanks to
you know what that means. You know what that means. We're gonna have a celebration video of all the highlights of the year.
100%. You'll get
surely.
Well, I'm gonna have to get something to cheer me up after that. Don't sing too much because then they'll go away and then it'll be
I was going to start.
It'll leave for the Queen
champions, but I know. In honour of this, Angus wanted to sing the Australian national anthem.
No, thank you. I'll pass on that. You can, though. Go on.
On a serious note, though, can't believe we've done it. Like, the progress for nearly 2K from when I started in about 6 months ago has been unreal. Obviously, all of these lads have got a massive part of it. Charles with the old Tottenham reaction, you know that. Dennis with his random anecdotes and stories. I'm sure that's attracted a few. And Angus with his top class analysis. We've done it. Plus, all the guys.
Angus is the only one that takes this fucking serious.
I try, and then I just fall into this kind of like. But I will say very quickly though that as much as a lot of it is down to the watch-alongs and the fans' voice, the work that you do individually as well. Watching all the opposition games is tremendous, and you bang those videos out so constantly. So well deserved. I think obviously most of it is down to you, but obviously everyone else on the channel.
Yeah, I was going to say
Charles, Dennis, been around longer than I have. So congrats,
Jeff,
guys.
Mark, Henry when he was on. Who else? Jamie.
Ollie.
Ollie's
Bill.
come in as well.
Jamie,
Ollie's been great.
yeah.
Bill's a massive part of that as well. Got loads of people
Jeff
on.
Wilkinson.
I said Jeff's on as well.
Guys, I know. Blimey, DJ, I'm going to cry too, mate. It's like the Oscars here.
Yeah, look, it's a massive thing. Like, it's a huge thing. Like, this was
great.
the one thing that I was like, if I can get to this, then we'll keep building and building.
Don't worry, we got 5k subscribers, and you know what? They can all watch the quiz tomorrow.
You can all watch the quiz tomorrow. I hope it doesn't scare too many people off.
Oh, mate, it's gonna be tears. It's gonna be. He's gonna make the amount of pressure
It's
that's
supposed to be a quiz.
the amount of pressure that's going to be on
fun,
people to make who wants to be a millionaire, make that look like fucking a key stage 1 spelling test.
Looks like teleshopping.
Oh god, yeah.
Honestly, mate, the pressure.
Let's keep it serious.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Just trying to, yes. Sorry. Shut up. No, I was trying to do the announcement. I will do an announcement video, just to let everyone know that's not watching, because it is important. But honestly, lads, you are a massive part of it, a huge part of it. And we'll keep going and we'll keep building and we'll be consistent as ever for all the Premier League games. The transfer window next month, which will be horrendous as a West Ham fan, but nonetheless, I will still comment on everything that goes on.
Indeed.
Actually, shout out as well to a few of the other channels that I've worked with that have come on at times. All East TV, the boys that gave me a chance on their channel that come onto mine. Obviously, they've been massive from that perspective. Anfield Agenda, loads more. Got Chelsea Geezer on tomorrow as well. Dan Woffington from the beginning with the stats, crucial at the time. Yeah, sick, nice one. We'll continue and we'll keep going.
I'll say Bayern Munich. Although I'm drinking left tonight, I've got a creative Erdinger Dunkel on my way. We will be drinking Bavarian beer on the next stream. So subscribe, because we will be drinking like Bavarians for the next game.
Look, this will be fun. Look,
Corey, you could keep this going for 24 hours and Dennis would still have things to talk about. I reckon. That's not Marlon's taking a piss.
Look, I'm trying to advertise to another audience. I speak their language. Beer.
Marlon, we can't even sign Josh King on a cheap deal. I'm not sure we're going to get Lautaro Martinez, and I'm sure we're not going to win a trophy anytime soon, unfortunately. So, never mind. Listen, we'll end it there. 3-0 Chelsea. I hate Fat Frank. We all know that, but
Frank Lampard.
This is what matters, boys. This is what
matters. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I don't care about it. I'll be back. We're going to have the post-match, obviously. I'm going to have to speak to a Chelsea fan, unfortunately, tomorrow about this result, which is going to be horrific. I don't know how to dress it up either. Transfer target video ranking West Ham's transfer targets with Dan. Dan will return for that video. That'll be out shortly. Then I'm going to have to crack on with this Southampton predicted. Not Southampton. That's the other way. Brighton. Brighton's the next game. A winnable game. All the stuff will come out for that before Christmas. I will, of course, do it not on Christmas Day because I need a break at some point. And then I'll crack on with the Southampton stuff. And fans' voice, I'm sure, will be back after that period. And before I go, one last thing. Do not forget about Dennis's quiz tomorrow, Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Honestly, lads,
that's the highlight of the year.
There is an entire round on Avram Grant. An entire round on that beautiful man. There's also a round ripping the shit out of Jack Wilshere, David Sullivan, Marco Boogers. There he is, Magnum PI in his plomp. Look at them biceps.
And on that note,
on that bombshell.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Remember, everyone, Die Hard is a Christmas film. Make sure you watch it.